Bruh, why you disconnect? There we go. Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Psych here, and today we're gonna be doing some top survivor rank all by myself. No, today we got, yes, I'm being fair, we only have ourselves today. So today we gotta do the best we can, the way we always do, which is not usually that good nowadays. But we're gonna play our best no matter what. We're gonna see what happens. Welcome everybody to the stream. Who we got here? We got Beans, we got John, dang, what's up, John? Welcome, John. Dev is here. Marv, I don't know if I said Marv. Jay on his back, anyway. John comes in every once in a while. Cyber is here. Oh, let me rank with you? Oh, shoot, too late. Maybe next game. I meant to type Pookies. Oh no, the audio stream current bitrate 0? Why is it bitrate 0? What the heck, what do you mean it's 0? Is there like 1 pixel on the screen? I don't get it. How is the bitrate 0? 0 is lower than the recommended bitrate. Oh, the audio bitrate. What do you mean the audio bitrate? Is the audio off? Guys, is the audio off? Something wrong with the audio? Oh well. Excuse the hair. We got a little bit messy hair today, but that's okay. We don't have the paintbrush look today, but you know, it's close enough. It's like the sideways paintbrush. It's kind of like the old paintbrush. The old worn out paintbrush, you know. It's good enough. It's good. It's good. By the way, today, hold up, we have to pick our character. So during Call of Duty, when you kept saying an interesting shape spawn, I died a little inside. I don't know what you're talking about, man. What you mean? What shape? I don't know any shape. Oh, who is? No one. No one. Shoot, I didn't get to say no one. Okay, now he'll definitely think it's me because I didn't get to say no one. Also, today, guys, today is Ned's birthday. Not birthday. Graduation. Everyone celebrate Ned's graduation. She's watching the stream right now instead of paying attention to graduation. Everyone celebrate! Alright, celebration time over. We got to get into the game. Gotta get the locked in zone. Get into it. Alright, we're ready. We're ready. That was the music I needed. I need that chase music. We need this chase music in IDV. And I think it would actually re-inspire me to rethink all my routes again. Just because of the music alone. Where did the hunter spawn? It's over. We didn't see where the hunter spawned. Oh, that's not good. I think we're gonna die, boys. Yeah, we're for sure dead, Chief. Chief, we are 100% dead. I cannot tell you how dead we are. We are very dead. Oh my god, these bombs actually blend in with the ground and it is very annoying. It's very annoying how they blend in with the ground. We gotta, like, whew, thank god he wasted his swing there. That's what we needed. Can he walk around that? Mistakes have been made, not gonna lie. Oh, he stepped in it, never mind. Oh, which means he also can't blink. Bye. I honestly could have vaulted it, but... Oh, he's breaking the pallet. Ooh, we might be in trouble. We might be in trouble. We might be in trouble, not gonna GL. He didn't step in that, which is fine. I don't really care about him stepping in that. I just want to make sure I don't get bombed. Technically could have pre-placed it a bit better, but... Again, kind of tough to do. Woo! Oh! We're not messing around here today. That's a beautiful red bomb spot. He has to walk through. That's beautiful. I didn't even know about that till I saw that moment. Is he leaving? Is he leaving? Oh, come on. I just used all my items. You can't leave me now. I feel like if the hunter thought a little bit more ahead, I feel like he would have terror shocked me there, but... Whew, good enough. Like with a blink terror shock, I mean. I feel like he would have blinked terror shocked me. Oh no, now I don't have. Whoo, are we in trouble now? Oh man, if we weren't in trouble before, now we really are in trouble. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean the owl is just gonna be for a bomb hit. That's literally it. I'm gonna vault this. We're gonna use it to leave. Seer is of course not sending the owl. Why would he? Hopefully we make it. We actually wouldn't have made it. So thank you for the Seer Owl. The Seer Owl will be useful here. Never mind, didn't blow up. I'm not exactly sure when the Seer Owl ran out there, so I just didn't want to take the chance. That's a 5-second. Bye-bye. Not getting fooled by that. Good follow-up bomb, though, from him. I'll give him that. That was good. But he still doesn't have... Just in case that's a time bomb, I'm predicting a time bomb here, just in case. I would love to get a second pallet boost here. Isn't this a juicy pallet boost? Scrumptious. Simply delicious. We might die here. Let's just die away from basement. Because I'm not expecting to survive here much longer. And literally, as long as we die in a area that he cannot get a good share in, we usually win this game. The only way you can win this game is not by us kiting any longer. Although Fire Investigator is 5 years behind his Cypher. Okay, that's another way we could lose the game if Ford accidentally makes a mistake. But that was a good stun at least, so he definitely didn't miss. Okay, Fire Investigator is 5 years behind though on the Cypher, which is really annoying. That was a beautiful kite, and my man is 5 years behind. Why would he get healed? I don't understand why he would get healed when the hunter's hard on me after he leaves him. Who even got hit there? Was it the Ford or Fire Investigator? I don't care. I guess if Ford got hit there, acceptable. If Fire Investigator got hit there, yeah, I don't know why he would heal up in that case. If Fire Investigator got hit. I'm not sure who got hit. He's giving a ball there for himself. Cool, cool, nice. Predicting the Terror Shock like a master. Good job, my man. I'm not predicting it, but you guys know what I mean. Alright, I don't get the boost off of this. We might be in trouble now, not gonna lie. I think we might get basement. I don't see us surviving.
Okay, he actually messed up a bomb. I don't know why he didn't do something. Maybe 4 can help. I know we're not going to survive in that area, so I'm just leaving. Oh. Oh, he's missing up big time. Maybe we can survive here? I doubt it. We're not going to reach this pallet, but... Again, we'll die away from basement. Containment Master, and we don't have 5 Cyphers pop. Man, if we got, like... Oh, good forward stun. Nice. Good job. That was really cool, except... we're probably still dead here, but... I mean, if we can get the Cypher ready... Oh, I don't like that pop, but you know what? It's good. Fine. Good enough, right? So he only dropped 1 bomb there, which is interesting. Sorry, man. That's not a hit. Oh, but that's gonna be a hit, though. Well, the good news is he already used his blink. He has to walk immediately to the gate. If he chooses to cherry here, we're going to get that gate open. Oh, maybe we won't, because that's not the seer. That's the forward. Okay, but forward is on the same pace, if not slightly more ahead. And we won the game. A little bit sketchy vault there in front of the pallet. Not going to lie, I probably should have bombed over that instead of... well, maybe it was on cooldown, but probably should have done something else instead of going for that risky pallet vault. But sometimes the trick is that hunters won't expect you to go for a dumb play if they expect you to be a smart survivor, which I don't think that was the case there. I think the hunter just simply wasn't prepared for it. Not that they necessarily knew me. Oh, we got the Q pet. Let's go. What's up, Dev? Hold up, let me check Ray. Well, Ray was expired by the time I checked, so let's just invite Dev. Alright. Played as Fire Investigator the last match together. What's up, Panda? GG, Panda. That was a good rescue there. A little bit scared there when the forward took the bomb hit, but Fire Investigator knew his role and he knew to take over, so that was really nice. The bomb, not the bomb. The ball was really nice. I really like the bomb and the ball. We're gonna get this confused with Agrabah. Really nice. I like it. I forgot that I don't get the boost off the ball, because usually when I use the ball, I'm usually the Fire Investigator. So you don't get the boost. Only Fire Investigator gets the 2-second boost, that was really what I was relying off of. The 2-second boost combined with the bounce off the ball, that was gonna get us across shed, no problem. Even maybe to that window. That was my original plan. Just so we can like continuously boost away and just die away from the Cypher in any direction, really. I mean, I guess we could have gone to those pallets at Christmas Tree, but he broke one of those already. Did we ever use the second one? I don't think we used the second one, but still though. My options were limited there no matter what. I figured that the ball would give us a little bit better options than just running to a straight line into an open area for what's his name, for Bomb to just bomb me. And I figured the ball that the Fire Investigator threw would give me a little bit more propulsion to throw off the bomb and just stall his ability. Just make him have to like be like, okay, do I really want to throw a bomb here? I'm not really sure where he's gonna go. So I think it's a little bit better. Although I'm not gonna lie, we could have died in basement there, which was a bit of a mistake. So maybe it wasn't worth it, but nah. Probably not worth it, I'm not gonna lie. It worked out. Maybe he ran out of bombs there. You know, maybe he ran out of bombs, and so it's perfectly okay to do that. In the case that he runs out of bombs and we keep track of his bombs. Especially because he's not at full presence. Bomb runs out of bombs surprisingly quick. You guys would be surprised how fast Bomb runs out of bombs if he's not at full presence. It's a real shock. Because when you play Bonbon, you start at 0. It's not like Sculptor where you start with 1 statue and by the time you start chasing, you have 2 sets of statues. No. With Bonbon, you start with 0. So by the time you start chasing, you might have like 3 bombs, 4 bombs, which is nice. And you technically are accumulating bombs while you're chasing and using those bombs. You're still accumulating more. But the problem is you're always going to be using slightly more bombs than you accumulate back. So eventually you're going to hit 0. And if the survivor dodged all your bombs... like, they just only have to dodge 4 or 5 sets of bombs, maybe, before you hit 0. And at that point, it's like, okay, well, now the survivor can do whatever they want without having to worry about your bombs. Because you run out after about 4 or 5 sets. Because remember, each time you want to bomb hit the survivor, that's 2 bombs. You're not going to get it with 1 bomb hit unless you play a really well-timed bomb and the survivor falls for the 5-second bomb. Typically, the problem with bomb and those 5-second bombs is that a good survivor will know that if it didn't already blow up by the time they notice the bomb, then it's a 5-second bomb. It's really that simple. I see a lot of people, they see the red zone and they get really scared. It's like, oh, it might blow up. Trust me. Trust me, it will not blow you up. 5 seconds is a huge slowdown. Especially when you just take a moment to play Bomba and throw the 5-second bomb, you really realize how long 5 seconds are. I mean, think about it. 2 seconds. Think about 2-second bomb. The hunter drops a bomb. Maybe you'll notice it immediately, right? So maybe it took you like 0.2 seconds to notice that they dropped a bomb, or maybe you already know that they're about to drop a bomb. But sometimes you don't notice until they drop a bomb until like half a second later, or a second later, worst case scenario, if they're like behind walls or something. Oh, teleport. Teleport over there, okay. But it's not on the roller coaster, and the roller coaster left anyway! Okay, that sucks for him. So obviously, if he knew about that, he would rather teleport a third stop there, and then he would have gotten a free terror shock because of the roller coaster nerf from a while back. Oh man, but not only that, but third stop wasn't even there. So he had to settle for that cipher over there, and it makes really no difference. That was a waste of a teleport. So now, let's not try to die like a moron. We gotta try to do a good kite here. Moonlight is a little bit harder to kite. Hunt Hellumber. Hunt Hellumber is actually genuinely annoying on a map like Moonlight because he goes around literally every pallet and he is so fast. He is so fast. Never underestimate the speed of a Hellumber. He is so fast. Every time you think you're gonna make a pallet, think again. Because usually you will not make it with Hunt Hellumber. You have 8 seconds technically. Worst case scenario, you have 8 seconds before he gets Hunt. So after he breaks the pallet, you have 8 seconds before he reaches max Hunt again. And like, I'm assuming he's carrying 8 seconds of Hunt. I'm a little bit scared that he might have Blink here. So maybe I will get Terror Shock. He's not seriously going to go after me, is he? It's actually annoying because I can't start the next cipher, which is really slowing down this game. We really got to start the next cipher as soon as possible. Also, I need to read the live chat. I saw someone post a big message. I got to go read that. Hold up. We got a big heartbeat. Oh, yeah, okay, it's right there. Is it just a puppet or it's fine? Okay, it's... Yo, take a hit! What are you doing, Composer? Dev, take a hit with the puppet! Oh, great. He could have taken a hit on purpose to the puppet, and now that puppet... Great, now that puppet's still active, which is really annoying. Okay, the puppet's dumb, never mind. So basically, the way puppets work, for those who don't know how puppets work, puppets have a pretty dumb AI, because the way they work is they actually don't patrol survivors. In fact, they don't even see survivors, technically. They actually only see ciphers. If you're close enough to the cipher, then they'll detect you, but they have a very small detection range, and personally, it doesn't make a lot of sense in my opinion, but... Okay, hopefully touch the puppet there so the puppet doesn't like immediately swing there. Okay, I don't know if he did. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't, but either way, nothing happened there, so we'll take it. Okay, I saw like a big text here. We gotta read it. Psyche, I just 5-cipher kited 180 seconds only for a whiling to run. I thought this was gonna be like a looks like I did something amazing, not a random ruined moment. Dang. I'm sorry to hear that, love. Hold up. But I'm glad you're doing well. Hopefully this doesn't hit us. Okay, he actually completely missed. It got stuck on the ceiling. That's what happened. Let's see where he's going around. He's going around that way. If he came around this way, it would have hurt. Not gonna lie, it would have hurt, but I really don't want to cut on that side of the map. I really don't want to cut on that side of the map against Hellumber. Or any hunter for that matter. I really try to stay away from the side of the map if I can. Thing is, if he goes around these windows, I'll at least be able to see it. And the good news is I'm also playing Acrobat, so in the case that he does go around, I'll have the abilities to easily react and go around. So we'll be fine. We'll be fine. And even if he does go around, it's not like it's not like something I won't notice. I'll be able to see him through that window right here. That's why I was looking specifically in that direction right there. Are we gonna pop this? We are gonna pop this. I think that's a good pop. I mean, he should be able to survive here. That puppet is active though. There is a puppet that's active. Hopefully that puppet's just going to the other gate. So now that the ciphers are popped, what do the puppets do? The puppets walk from gate to gate to gate to gate, and they infinitely loop like that. That is how the puppets work. So on a map like Moonlit, usually when that puppet goes through one gate, they will never have time to reach the other gate. So they literally walk like this. They just walk straight up to the gate, they physically touch the gate, and then they start walking to the other gate using whatever AI pathfinding that is fastest to the other gate. I mean, puppets just don't see survivors from far. Even if you have a terror radius, sometimes it just doesn't notice. So sometimes I notice this quickly, other times just completely blind. I don't really know what's going on with the puppets, but either way, we did tie that. Unfortunately, a tie, but which really sucks because we had a really good start there and we didn't win that game anyway. Tech, remember when you would say you do an only little girl stream for $1? Does the offer still stand? Yes, I'll still do a little girl only stream for $1. Did I already do that? Did I already do that? I don't think I already did that. So I get level 200? Yes, we just hit level 200 recently. May I join? Sure. The less randoms, the better, I think, right? Snappel? Let's invite Snappel. Dang, just like that, we got a four-person team. Full 4-person team. Imagine trying to say that. Featuring Snappel and Dev. I guess I'll put Snappel, Dev, and Aqua. Because Aqua shows up in stream. So maybe you guys will know Aqua. Okay, someone is too low. Who is it? Okay, I'm in Unicorn 5. Okay, Wizard is too high. Okay, Wiz is too high. I think I will let go of Wiz since we had Dev here first. Sorry, Wiz. Marvel is your favorite stalker. What the heck? Let's see if we got anyone else here. Maybe we got someone else. Oh, yeah, someone else on my friends list. We got some people requesting. I'm sorry, guys. My friends list is really limited. I really gotta save space. I think I need to clean out the friends list anyway. So right there, Aqua was too high to play with Dev. So Dev was Griffin. Aqua was Unicorn 2. There was a 6-tier gap, and 6 tiers is too much. It has to be 5 or lower. So we could have either removed Dev or what's his name, Wiz there. Not the Psyche Friendless Massacre. He's gonna return. Oh yeah, I gotta tell you guys the story. How at work today. Work? Can I even call it work? At my dad's job, at my dad's car rental, where I clean cars for him. Alright, so here, let me set the mood. He's been working there at that car rental for, I think, longer than I've been alive, I'm pretty sure. And a lot of people know him there. He's got a lot of loyal customers. So every once in a while when I'm cleaning a car there, someone will walk up to me and someone will be like, hey, you're John's son, right? And so then they're like, oh, yeah, I am. And then they'll talk for a little bit. And then they're like, oh, good to know. Your dad's a cool guy and stuff like that. Obviously, the old American white couples, they'll never walk up to me and tell me how great he is. But the loyal customers will. The Trumpsters, of course. Anyway, as my dad says. It's like you dropped the PayPal. This doesn't support my card. I don't know if my PayPal is still active. It randomly got terminated. After me not using it, it got terminated because it didn't follow terms of service. Apparently, I guess you need to use it? I don't know. I had one transaction made on it a long time ago for winning a tournament and didn't use it again. Just moved it back to my other cards. Anyway. My other card, I guess. I only have one card. Anyway. So I was there today cleaning a car. And you know, it's nice. It's nice when someone walks up to me because sometimes I'll be like in a bad mood. Maybe I'm in like in the morning mood where I just don't want to talk to anyone or hear anything. So I'm just being sluggish, right? And then someone comes up to me, tells me like a nice thing, has a nice thing to say, and then they're like, oh, I'm feeling so much better now, right? Maybe someone's got me sad or something like that. So you know, it's a nice refresher. So today I was cleaning the car, right? And I didn't even notice. I was just walking around the car. Out of the corner of my eye, I see this guy already behind the car as if he's looking for me, right? And I'm like, oh, it's another one of these guys who want to say hi or something. Maybe they have a question to ask. You know, that happens. You know, sometimes they want to ask like, how do I open my car or something like that. Okay, they don't ask that. That'll be so stupid if they ask that. I had like one lady ask me how do I move the car seat, which is okay. That's fair enough. I didn't know how to move the car seat for a while either. Or like open the back of a trunk or something like that. I'm like, hey dude, what's up? And this dude walks up to me. And the first thing he says is, ¿Hablas español? And my mouth drops. I'm like, wait, what? what? I look around. I see another dude behind me. I'm like, oh my god, wait, what? There's two of you? And then I see my dad behind him, like, oh my god, Dad, did you send him to me? And then Dad just walks away. I didn't say that to him, but I knew he sent them. He sent them to me. Because one time I told him, yeah, Dad, if you hire like someone who speaks Spanish, I could probably communicate with them. And then translate a little bit for you. Right? So these dudes, I'm like, oh shoot, this is why the pop quizzes in Spanish were a thing. Oh no, now we got a pop quiz in real life. And I don't know what to say. I look at him, my mouth literally drops. I look at him, turn around, I try to look at my dad. I see the other dude there, then I see my dad. I look at my dad, dad walks away. I sit there for like 6 seconds. I know what he said, I know what he asked, it's just in my head. I'm like, what do I say? What do I say? It's 10 a.m. I can't even form coherent English sentences. So I'm like, I'm looking at him, and I come up with something to say. I'm like, one of my like pre-idea things to say in a situation like this, and it actually happened. And I'm like, in perfect Spanish, told them, solo un poco español. I said it perfectly. People who speak Spanish will be like, Psyche, what do you mean you only speak a little? How is that perfect? Anyone who doesn't speak Spanish was like, wow, Psyche, that was amazing Spanish. You're truly bilingual, or trilingual, I guess, in this case, because I already speak Polish. So then he starts telling me something. And I'm in like my morning brain. I can't think straight. The only thing this brain is built to handle is commands and listening to the teacher. That's the only thing I'm able to handle right now. And so when this dude starts talking to me, I'm like, wait a minute. So he says something, right? And my brain is just working, so I know I could understand it. But I'm like, wait, what did he say? I'm like thinking there. I'm thinking there. After he said his thing, I'm like thinking there for like 10 seconds. They're speechless again. I'm like, okay. I need to tell him to repeat that, but I forgot how to repeat it. I forgot to tell him to repeat it. And then I'm like, how do you say it again? And then, guys, now that I'm awake, it's so easy. Because now that I'm awake, I can think of multiple ways to be like, what is repito or something like that? You know, say it again, or like otra vez or something like that. I couldn't think of one thing to say. I had to think about what he said. I just had to sit there. I had to be like, yeah, okay. And then after a while, he repeated. How did I even tell him to repeat? But anyway, I told him to repeat again, to say it again. And he said it again, and then I'm like, oh, I get it. You want to clean the cars. You're not looking to rent a car. You're looking to clean a car. I didn't say rent a car because obviously I don't know how to say rent in Spanish, but I told him you want to clean the car, right? And I felt super proud of myself, right? He's like, yeah. We want to clean cars. They want to work for my dad. They're looking for work. They're looking for a job. So I'm like, ooh, I'm sorry, but my boss doesn't really speak Spanish. I don't know how he'd be able to communicate with you guys. He's from Poland. He doesn't speak Spanish. He speaks Polish. I didn't tell him he speaks Polish. I told him, like, how do you say Polish in Spanish? I'm like, that's what I told him. I said everything in Spanish except the word Polish. And then I'm like, he comes from Polonia, right? Because I knew how to say Poland in Spanish. Don't ask how I know how to say Poland in Spanish. Listen, I don't know why, but my Spanish teacher taught us how to say, like, Poland in Spanish. I guess it's because a lot of the class is Polish. So he taught us how to say that. Thank you, OG Spanish. So I actually really enjoyed Spanish. The first Spanish, I really enjoyed. I took Spanish seriously. So the fact that it was coming up 7 years later, I felt like I was failing. I felt like, man, I'm really happy he's not here because I'm really failing him right now. Like, having them to repeat again, and I'm like, oh, God. But eventually, I figured it out, right? And I'm like, I'm sorry, but he doesn't speak Spanish, but I understand that you want to clean cars, but he just wouldn't be able to really talk with you, because you guys would be surprised. There's actually a lot of talking when it comes to cleaning cars. There's a lot of times where you're like, hey, I need you to do this. I guess it's simple enough to hand in the keys, but sometimes you'll be like, hey, I need you to only vacuum, or hey, I need you to come with me to pick up a car in this location, or something like that. And if you don't know any Spanish, you're not going to be able to say anything. So that's why my dad brought him to me. So unfortunately, they left, and I felt really bad because I felt like maybe if I spoke Spanish better, maybe we would be able to have them here working, and then I'd be able to translate for my dad. But even then, I wouldn't be able to be there for my dad every day. So I felt a little bit sad about it, and a little bit embarrassed. But overall, I felt pretty proud of myself that I was able to figure it out. Hold up, we gotta take up this trap right here so our person off the chair isn't stuck off a trap. I'm just gonna use this in case of a blink. I can't remember if he used blink. We're just gonna play it safe rather than sorry. Because I'm in the middle of a story. Come on. We gotta say a story. Unfortunately, he didn't make it. That sucks. I think he got trapped there or something. Okay, so let's go back and do this ever. And I'm like, damn, that felt good. That felt good. Finally, all those pop quizzes in Spanish had a point of existing. I'm like, thank you, Mr. Elkins. Thank you, Senor Elkins. Thank you so much. Which he was awesome, by the way, but man, would he scare us with those pop quizzes. Sometimes he'd just say just to scare us and then he'd be like, I'm just kidding with you guys. I'm just kidding, muchachos, or something like that. Hold up. Did we finish the cipher right here? Okay, no, we didn't. It's lighting up. Alright, okay, so I think that flywheel was used. Oh, no. Who has flywheel again? I don't even know. Ooh, well, he's kind of dead if he gets trapped. Spike your butt. He survived the full presence. Oh, no, or was that? Yeah, that was the full presence. Nice. I really like Spanish. But then, no, here's the scary part. Here's the reason why I really enjoyed the Spanish class, but oh my god, would I feel so embarrassed at least once a week. Because I would ask a lot of questions, and I always say them in Spanish, because I never wanted the teacher to have to tell me to say it in Spanish, because like, oh, we only speak Spanish here, so I always would say it in Spanish. And you know, sometimes I have to pause or something and think about it. You know, I'm used to something like that, but sometimes I say something completely wrong. I really focus a lot on the grammar, alright? I'm very focused in the grammar. I ask a lot of questions about the grammar. And so, some of you guys are probably wondering, exactly, where is this going? What did you say to them? Listen. Later, the thing with me is that typically how it works is after about an hour after I say something to a teacher, someone in Spanish, I realize about an hour what I told them. And technically, grammatically, everything was perfectly right. I just didn't say clean on accident. Like, oh my god. The moment I realized it, I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, no, don't get a calibration right now. Sarah's primed. Hold up, we gotta focus up. Because I'm having a hard time even focusing on the story now. Oh no, what do we do? Do I pop here? He's not saying focus on the coding. I'm glad I didn't pop, because my man didn't vault a window or anything. He would have just had us pop and probably would have died immediately. God. These people are trying to sabotage our matches. No. You would think after you learn a language, right? You'd think, oh, Psyche, you know 2 languages, so surely the 3rd language would be easier, right? Guys, they said they're from Cuba, alright? Cuba. Specific there. Now, Psyche obviously is talking about Cuba, right? Everyone, even people who don't speak Spanish, know he's talking about Cuba, right? I was confused. Because combined with my morning brain sickness, when he said Cuba, the first thing I thought of was, you mean the Polish bear? The juice Polish bear drink, the one named Cuba? This is where it's not good to know multiple languages. In moments like that where there's words exactly the same. Guys, I still to this day, when someone says vino in Spanish, right? You say the exact same way in Polish. The one difference is that you use W in Polish rather than a V. And that gets me every time. Every time I write something in Spanish and I use the word wine, I write it with a W instead of a V because it's exactly the same pronunciation. I'm just so used to it. It's pronounced exactly the same. It means the exact same thing. Just write W. And so the Spanish teacher probably looking at this like, we know? How did you get that wrong? And it's like, oh my god. I think it's happened like with Tato. I'm like Tato, I know how to say wine. Come on. And then I wrote it in with the W. I'm like, Tato, I swear I know how to say wine. Anyway, so I focus so much on the grammar with those two that I would always pause and I'd always think about what I want to say next. And in the moment, I'm like, I feel like that was pretty good because I said something. They seem to perfectly understand it. They agreed with me. Like, yes, I want a job here and I want to work here. I want to clean the cars here. And like, I seem to get it. But then an hour later, I'm like thinking back. I'm like, oh my god. I started like thinking about like the way the conversation went and how it proceeded in my head. And this Guys, this always happens when I was in Spanish. I think so much about the grammar. And then I'm thinking about, oh, he's talking about cleaning. How do you say that in Spanish? And then I realized that Duolingo lesson, right? The Duolingo lesson that I recently did. It's like, oh, it was talking about cleaning. Limpiar. Limpiar. Okay, everyone knows limpiar. But then I'm like, oh, but is there a set at the end of it? Because also in that lesson it was really confusing. I didn't understand the rules. Why is there like set at the end of it? Like, for example, this happened in my head, popped up in this moment. Levantarse. Why is there a set at the end of it? Why not just levantar? You know? Unfortunately, levantarse is what came out. I was like, oh, you wanna levantarse. And that literally means to get up. Oh, you wanna get up. And he agreed with it. He's like, yes, I wanna clean up. I mean, I guess if he tries to correct me, I wouldn't know what he's talking about. That's the thing. But here's the thing. He seemed to understand exactly. He perfectly agreed. Like, yeah, I want to clean cars, right? So it left me second guessing. I'm like, wait a minute. Did I say limpiarse or did I say levantarse? I don't know what happened. With my brain, but look, it's the morning brain sickness. Levantarse is what came out. Levantarse is what it is. That's what it'd be. That's what it shall be. And he seemed to get it. If they gave my dad their number, I need to call them back and say, yeah, so I meant clean, just so you know. Oh my god. Yeah, the different dialects of Spanish. Spanish is probably the worst for dialects. My goodness, there are so many ones. The Spanish teacher I had in the first one, he would always say je. Como te llamas, for example, right? And for me, that's really easy to pronounce because there's literally a letter in Polish that does that exact same sound. But then in other dialects, it's a Y, yeah, llamas, not llamas. So really, sometimes I might switch between the two. Is it true that South Americans don't use vosotros? That's Spain Spanish, Marv. That's Spain. But yeah, that's usually true, I guess, unless they're from Spain. Maybe some other place uses it, but they taught us that that's Spain Spanish, and we didn't learn Spain Spanish. I guess we did learn Spain Spanish, because it was something we learned about for every word. We learned about the vosotros version too, so... I think someone on stream here asked me some time ago, like, Seki, what kind of Spanish did they teach you in school? And I don't have an answer, because they taught us both kinds. I thought there were only two kinds, so I'm like, well, it's either Spain or Latin American Spanish. I'm like, well, they taught us both, so I just told that person I don't know. Like, because here's the thing, you don't know what you don't know. So like, maybe all the Spanish I learned is actually all Latin American, and then vosotros is what we learned was the only Spain part. Maybe it's the same. Maybe it's exactly the same. Maybe the vosotros part is the only part different. I don't know. I've never been to Spain. Is there a different word for vosotros? Yes, nosotros, with an N instead. And that is the one we mainly used. That's the one we mainly used with N. But they still taught us about the V version. You know, every time we go over a new word, here you guys go, here are all the forms for it, and there's like, o, as, a, amos, ice. That's the way I remember it. O is I, me. As is you. A is he, she. O, as, amos. Amos is we. And then they taught us ice, which is the vosotros version. But one thing that they were never clear about, I'm gonna say this. One thing I was never clear about is vosotros the we version or is vosotros the they them version? I always guess it's the we version, but I was never sure. We version, it sounds like I'm talking about the console now. So I was never 100% on that. Since we never really went deep in it, they just kind of told us, hey, Spain has this different version. And they taught us in Spanish one, obviously, which one it is. And I kind of forgot since then, and that's kind of how Spanish goes, or any language goes. People have to oops. I mean, I really prefer the spawn anyway, though. Oh, okay, I guess we're spawning here. We use ustedes instead of vosotros. Ustedes should be they, them, I thought. or you guys. I guess it would be the you guys when you use. It's kind of interesting because I guess in this case it's nice. In a situation like this, it's nice to know a second language. I guess second language would be the Polish, because in Polish, you saying they them is not the same as saying you guys. In Spanish, it's the same. You would say an for they them, but if you're talking about you guys, you'd say ustedes and you'd say an at the end of it. So it'd be the same ending, but in Polish it's not the same ending. When you're talking about you guys versus they them, like when it's like think about like you're talking to they them of the people directly, right? It's not like you're talking about them in the third person. Like, you are literally speaking to them, right? So I mean that's the way I understand. That's the way I was taught it. So I'm confused why you use ustedes, because here's the thing, you don't just use ustedes, you still have to put the correct ending at the end of the verb, so I'm kind of confused how you use just ustedes, but anyway. Vosotros is you in plural? Really? I had no idea, thank you. I thought it was we this whole time. Or maybe they, them, but no, I guess it's you? Okay. Didn't know that. It's an and. Does that really change what I want to do here? I guess it does. It means I don't want to use this palette when a teleport happens. I want to use this window, and I think I'm going to use a white bomb. Is that necessary, though? I think it will be necessary, because if I just take a window boost, I think one jump will barely be enough to catch me when I reach this palette. So I'm just thinking about ahead of time in case we get teleported on. Because sometimes, depending on the hunter, you might want to use the palette first, and then take a boost, because sometimes the boost will be more important. And some hunters, the boost is actually what's going to prevent the ability and not the palette. So we got to think carefully there. That's why I missed the calibration. No one was taking a hit, so I just want to make sure. Okay, let's just make sure. But yeah, anyway. I mean, at the end of the day, those guys seem to understand me, and I just always feel so embarrassed. Is the one problem. It makes me like rather not want to say anything, because then for the next hour I'm just thinking about, oh my god, why did I say that? I look like such an idiot. Like, what am I like? It's not even like it's bad grammar, okay? I hear someone speaking bad grammar in English, like I really don't understand. But if they randomly said a wrong word, I'd be confused even. Not that I'd be mad at them, I'd just be like, what is he talking about? What is he talking about? But again, I'm second guessing myself, because those guys seem to perfectly understand what I was talking about. They're just like, yeah, clean the car. Maybe they were trying to correct me, but instead they put yeah as if they were in agreement with me. Yeah. At least we tried. It took them like repeating it 2 times, but we got it in the end. Alright, what about the ciphers though? How are we doing on ciphers? I don't know if we should even rescue this. I mean, that anti-crane was doing a good kite there. Did she like get blinked there at the end? Like one cat stun combined with a blink? Like did she just get hit by a cat stun, then because the blink was already up, she just immediately got blinked right after too? That might have happened. Because that was going really well. That was going really well. Unfortunately, that just kind of went down pretty quickly before we finished our first cyber cell. Sometimes that happens with kites, you know. You get a really good start and sometimes you just take all that damage very quickly. It seems like we do have a Cypher machine close to being done. I have a feeling that Cypher's going to get pressured though. Let's do another Cypher just in case. Yeah, that's 100% getting pressured. Only 84. If that was like 96, we maybe could have popped it. Marv, don't worry about it. Ustedes is it is the Ustedes would be almost ice, and that would be the on version. Wait, what am I talking about? That's a good question. Oh, this is so annoying. Whoa, did she just go back through the portal? Was that an accident? Oh my god, that was an accident! Oh my god, that was such a huge accident. I know what happened. So when you walk through warp, there's 1 second for you to leave warp before it sucks you back in, just like a priestess portal. She walked through warp and immediately used cats, and that 1 second was enough to suck her back on the other side. Woo! We take those. I don't care, we take those. Hold up, I'm gonna take a hit on purpose. Come here, hit me. Ah, you're so annoying. Now she's gonna hit me when her cats are up. Oh, they didn't pop. I think that's a good decision. Now they're gonna... Oh no, Hunter's near me. Oh, wait, so the server's not primed? I'm confused. I really want to try not to die near a cat. Oh, she's so annoying. So she's gonna knock me down here right as her next cat is up. Oh, what are they doing? What are these pops? What are these pops, man? Alright, we're gonna try to go for the gate. Let's see, can we sneak away to the gate? I was really trying to reach factory there, because once we reach factory, even if she knocks me down immediately, after, like, with her cats up and active, it would mean, okay, let's get out of the way, he has to Chariot Prospector, so we just have to be patient here, that's literally it. Mercenary is also gonna leave the game, maybe? No, not quite. Alright, so we're just gonna go for it. We are gonna be able to reach it. No warp will be able to stop me. It's gonna be too slow. The travel speed is too slow. And we do get a tie. No, fair enough. We'll take it. Hi, Psyche. What's up, Nelro? All the Spanish I've heard from Psyche, it's good. Thank you, dear. Ustedes and vosotros are the same, but that's referring to data. Now I'm so confused. How is the same? Maybe it changes between countries. Maybe it's not just Spain. But no, they say it's only in Spain. I don't know. At the end of the day, language doesn't care about school. It'll change as it wants. And then school has to adjust to it. The way we learned it is you can use ellos, ellas, or ustedes, but that doesn't change the fact that you still have to change the word ending of your verb. Because if you just say ustedes in like ustedes what, ellos what, ellas what, you know, what do you want them to do? What are they doing? So we're talking about word endings, but yeah. It really sucks because I feel like if I went to Spanish class at that moment, I feel like we would have done a lot better. But I haven't spoke Spanish with anyone in 7 years, I think it was. Oh, the cap is literally on the bottle. Yeah, ustedes is plural you but formal. So the way Marv, since you speak Polish, the way I think of it is you guys. You guys. Except in Polish, there's a different like word for it. Different ending for it. Like unique ending for you guys versus they, them. In Spanish, you could say they, them. There's an ending for they, them, and then you use that same ending if you wanted to speak directly to them. You guys, you know. Like wy. In Polish you'd say wy, but if you want to say they, them, you'd say oni. Oni? Oni? Is it an oni? The ghost is an oni? Phasmophobia? Alright, let's see here. I think we really didn't get a lot of matches in today. There was a slowdown here. I think we waited for a while for a match here. I didn't mean to save that. That's nice. 1, 2. 1, 2, okay. Alright, not bad. We didn't lose anything today. This was a close game. I was scared I got touched out. Once we cleared that scary vault, we were fine there. And the rest of the kite was perfectly great. And, whew, that was a beautiful firebomb this game, too. That was such a good firebomb. Hold up, this game. Ooh, between that tree and those blocked pallets so you can't easily go around it. Oh, man, that was beautiful. Psyche, how did you get that save match button next to points? That's a good question. So you have to manually activate it. When you load up the game, when you load up Identity 5, when you first download it, it's not on by default. You have to go to, I believe it was social, and there's an option here to save matches. You have to turn it on. So you gotta find it. Let's try to find it. I don't actually know where it is, especially because they actually... I think it's in social. Oh, no, it's not in social. We just checked there. I don't know. They changed the settings a long time ago. And ever since then, I haven't really looked at the settings again. Or at least... Or here's the thing. Of course I look at the settings, but I look for specific things. And each specific thing I look at, I learn where it is from that point on. Kind of like with the old settings. Of course I didn't know where the old stuff in the settings was either, but when you play around with it enough times, you figure it out and you just memorize it. But because eventually I've had to search for everything in those settings, and now I don't know where anything is. So I don't know where it is, but there is an option here. Does anyone remember where it is? Spanish stream. See, here's the thing. I was thinking about doing that for the challenge wheel, but I was so scared of doing it. It's been so long. I knew I'd make so many mistakes. I knew there would be a lot of pauses in between. Not that I don't know, but I have to think about what I want to say. And then there's gonna be that. I'm telling you, there's gonna be that inevitable thing of me saying a certain word. I think that word means something else, and I really just said a different word. But hey, at least I pronounced it in perfect grammar. It is completely pointless. It is so bad. It's so bad. It is so bad. It's like I walk away from those conversations thinking like, man, the fact that they were... It just makes me wonder, did they just go along with it, or did they really understand me? or like, did I... Maybe I really did say the correct thing. I'm just second guessing myself. I'll never know. That's the thing. That's why I hate having that feeling. Because either I'm second guessing myself because they both start with L, and then as I was thinking about, oh, does it have set at the end of it? Is it one of those weird words that for some reason has set at the end of it? I ended up saying a different word completely as I'm questioning these things. And I'm pretty sure limpiar doesn't even have set at the end of it. It's just limpiar. I don't think there's such thing as limpiar set. Oh, there might be cleaning yourself. Yeah, actually there might be. I don't know yet. I don't know. That's the thing. And so in my confusion of like, okay, well, I don't even know, but I know the word I'm searching for. I just ended up saying the wrong word anyway. Oh man, that was so awkward. Oh, and then here's the funny bit. As I like, after they walked away, after they said bye and everything, they shake my hand, they like gave me a pat on the back, like hug me kind of. I guess that's how you greet people in in Spanish-speaking countries. But anyway. Or like say goodbyes, I guess, because he was saying goodbye. But anyway, he said they said thanks for your help, and I went to tell my dad, what do you think, Dad? They only speak Spanish, they're from Cuba, and they want to work here, clean cars. Right? And he says he just needs anyone. He just needs someone. So I run after them. But then I stop in place because I realize they're not there. And then as I'm searching, I'm like, wait a second, how do you even say someone in Spanish? And then I'm like, wait a minute. I know there's another way to say this exact same thing. Because here's the thing about it. This is like my biggest weakness when I first started Spanish. I would try to directly translate everything, not realizing that I could just say the same thing in different wording, and it would still mean the same thing. Like, instead of saying someone, I could say, hey, my dad needs a person to work for him anyway, rather than saying he needs someone. That's the same thing, right? But my brain couldn't handle it. In that moment, I'm like, I can't think straight. I can't even think in English. And then, literally, I kid you not, literally as I'm running after them, and literally as this is all going, that's all happening in 5 seconds, by the way. As this happens, a cicada lands on my back and does eeeeee, and it jump scares the heck out of me. I'm like, get off me, not right now. And then I go back to deep thought. I'm like, wait a minute. So how do you say it? And then after like 10 seconds, he does it again. I'm like, oh my gosh, shut up. Okay, so I'm gonna finish that story up. I'm gonna finish that story of embarrassment. I'm gonna do a different story now. Okay, so basically, right now in Chicago, there is some weird stuff going on. It seems like every year, my mom says that there's like this thing where every 17 years, like there's cicadas in Charlotte. I don't know if you guys know what cicadas are. Maybe you live in different places, cicadas are not common in your place. But basically, cicadas are, what are cicadas? Cicadas are really big bugs. Like, how big are we talking? We're talking as big as a, like, let's say a good-sized Cheeto. About this big and this thick. Like a good-sized thick Cheeto. That's a cicada. And they got pretty big wings. They got orange outlined wings and orange eyes. Pretty much. That just stick out. Not like a snail necessarily, but you can see them and they kind of bulge out. Not that they're on any like sticks or anything, but they have orange eyes. And you can see them pretty clearly when you fly through when they fly through the sky. When you're driving your car, you'll see them around. Now they're here in Chicago quite a bit, but every 17 years or 13 years, my mom always says this every year, so I never know when the year is actually. But she told me, oh, there's like, the point is, every 17 years, she never really knows when, I never really know when, and I never remember if that year is actually the one, because I never really pay attention to it afterwards. But this year, there's an abnormal amount of cicadas. Maybe this really is the year, maybe it's not, but anyway, there are so many cicadas. We park cars next to a park when we run out of room at the car rental. Guys, when you walk near that park, every square, if you guys don't know, if you guys don't live in the US, the sidewalks are squares, and it takes about 2 to 1.5 steps to cross a square of sidewalk. About that big of a square. Every square, you have to watch out for cicada being on that square because you might step on it. There's that many cicadas. On potentially every single square of sidewalk, there might be a cicada just sitting there sleeping. That's how many cicadas there are. When you walk outside, when I clean cars, ever since the start of June, this wasn't happening in May, but ever since the start of June, I think both times this week, I've had a cicada land on my back and make this really weird screaming sound behind my ear. So basically, what else do cicadas do? What else do cicadas do besides being nasty creatures? They're actually pretty cool. They're actually way cooler than, like, let's say just a fly or like a mosquito. Because what do cicadas do? Cicadas actually sing. Cicadas sing. And they sing all the time. They sing at day, they sing in the morning, they sing in the evening, they sing in the night. And so what does the singing sound like? You could search it up on YouTube, but here, let me do a quick demo for you guys. Now obviously, I can't mimic the sound perfectly, but it's like a very, very high-pitched insect noise, I guess would be the best way to put it. It's like, you wouldn't really think it's an insect. It's hard to believe that it actually comes from a cicada, from those tiny things. Because, yeah, they're pretty big bugs, but my goodness, when you hear them sing together, it echoes through so many blocks. You could be driving down the road, and as you pass the neighborhoods on your left, you'll hear just swarms of them just echo. Like, you'll hear one pack of them get louder and louder as you drive closer to them, and then as you pass away them, you'll hear it getting quiet in the distance. And then you'll drive like another block, and you'll hear another pack of them getting louder and louder as you get closer to them. And so they all sing together, and they get really, really loud, and those are cicadas. And they come out during this time, around this time, summertime. Now, we also have centipedes here in my area, which is way better than cockroaches. Centipedes actually do kill other pests, but they're still disgusting. But way easier to handle than cockroaches. I'd much rather have centipedes. And technically they are helpful, as opposed to centipedes. Sorry, as opposed to cockroaches. I don't think cockroaches are that helpful. I don't think they kill other pests in your house. I think they're just food for other animals at most. But anyway, so back to the story. I was running after those Cuban guys who speak Spanish, and I was trying to find them. I'm trying to ask myself, how do you say someone in Spanish? And then literally 5 seconds after I run out, and I'm only outside for literally 5 seconds, a cicada must have landed on my collar here, on my shirt, in that time period, because it landed on me and it immediately went and I can't explain it to you guys. I can't explain the sound to you. So it has a very unique sound. So here's the thing. So they make a unique sound already. They already make a unique sound when they sing. But he makes it, for some reason, I don't know why. They just have this urge to suddenly just scream. Like, imagine someone screams behind your back. That's literally what the cicada does when it lands on you. For literally no reason. It just lands on you and just like goes wee for like a solid 2 seconds and then stops. And you're like, then you start running around like, what's on me? What's on me? What is this? Right? And you do that. Oh, I have a nasty surprise for him if he wants to chair here. Woo! Try avoiding that. Can he actually avoid that? I don't know if he can avoid that. He can't. Maybe he had excitement there. That would have been nasty. Oh, but the Cypher... the other Cypher's not prime, but I guess this one's prime. But unfortunately, the person who's dead on chair has to activate it, which is a really big problem. Because now, instead of him having the time to run away, he has to sit there waiting for the Cypher to pop. Now, here's the thing. Because he wasn't the one who primed the Cypher, it was me who primed the Cypher. He doesn't know how long he has to stand at the Cypher. Because here's the thing. There's like this little thing about priming Cyphers, is that it's easier for the person who primed it to know when to get off. Because the thing about me, you guys will notice when I pop Cyphers in this game, I will know... I was really hoping he'd purposely hook on the wall. There we go. But his cooldown's gonna be back now is the problem. I'm pretty sure we die here. I don't think we can make this. We have to use this garbage. Maybe he wouldn't have had it, but now we gotta go for it. We don't have a choice now. Oh my god, we actually barely lived though. We gotta go for dungeon. That's our only option. Maybe? No, we don't have it. We don't have it. Even if he's gonna open the gate right now, but we don't have the time. I wish he pinged sooner. Maybe he did ping sooner, but he might have been on a 7-second cooldown. Oh well. Close game. Why did he chair there anyway? Well, here's the thing. If he starts walking... That's why I purposely waited on the pallet. Sorry, not on the pallet. On the painting. Why did he chair there? Because he would have struggled free by then. That's why I was purposely waiting on the painting to see... Is he going to see me and turn around? That's what I feel like a self-aware hunter would do. But maybe that hunter like didn't see me dropping a painting, so he probably thought it was safe. He probably thought I drop a painting early and... like to the side of the chair, and then he just look away the whole time. But I try to put it as best in front of the chair as I could. I'm pretty sure I mean, there's a certain point on your camera where you physically cannot look away, where everywhere you look, the painting would still show up on, like, let's say, the bottom of the screen. Let's say he looked at ruins when I dropped that painting. I'm pretty sure that painting would still show up at the very bottom of his screen, I guess. So that was the idea there, that no matter where he turns... It's like, let's say a survivor walks up in your face. No matter where you turn, that survivor's going to be on your screen. Think about it like that. Right? If something's hugging you close enough, there's no way to look away from it. Because let's say I look away like this. Since this game is third person, let's say someone like let's say Dev's right here, right? And I don't want to look at Dev anymore. Let's say I turn my screen. I'll still see Dev is the problem. No matter what I do, I'll still see Dev. If Dev is close enough, no matter how much I turn my camera. So this is kind of nice. This is also why it's kind of like a disadvantage to use wide mode. There's like this wide mode on like phone version of like phone screen you could use on this game that they updated a while back. Not only is it more annoying to look at, but it technically is better for Painter if you do that phone screen. I suppose it's easier to see survivors, maybe? I'm not even sure about that. It might be harder because it looks more in the distance, so that's the problem. It might be even harder, actually. I'm not a big fan of that size screening anyway. So why did he chair there? Because if he tried chairing anywhere else, every other chair would be too far away. Now, more specifically... Another reason why I wanted a chair there, not just because any other chair he would have ran out of struggle time, but he's got another consideration to think about, which is that the Cypher is primed, and so he'd rather chair at the prime Cypher, so at least when we pop, when he knocks down a person, at least everyone will be right next to him, right? At least he'll have that benefit. Now, I'm sure he was also hoping to avoid the painting there, but I hope I placed the painting in a way where it's impossible for him to not look at it. I hope he didn't just like look at it on purpose, so that in the future I'll be like, oh, look, he couldn't avoid it. Then I'll do that again in the future and the hunter avoids it. So I really hope it was just unavoidable. Not that he purposely looked at it. Because I don't know why he would do that. Now, I will not lie. That gamekeeper recovered really fast from that painting. He covered really fast from the painting. We should have still had like half a second to actually walk to the Cypher. But you guys saw the moment I finished the rescue, he was already out of that painting. So gamekeeper does naturally recover 20% faster from stunts. It doesn't say this anywhere. But a long time ago, the devs... In an attempt to buff Gamekeeper a long time ago, he was still garbage, by the way, after that, but in an attempt to buff Gamekeeper, in the long list of buffs they gave him, one of the buffs was that he recovers 20% faster than normal. So, let's put Hellenberg Clown and Gamekeeper side by side. there was a point where all of them recovered the same speed, basically. I know if you look in the book, they're saying like a few milliseconds off, but for all practical purposes, it's the same. And then they put a buff to Gamekeeper where he would recover 20% faster from all stunts. Think of it like Rage. Think of it like the Persona trait, Rage, where any hunter could put on 20% faster stun. Gamekeeper had that naturally. So they gave that as a buff to him. So I'm thinking not only does Gamekeeper have that, but that alone would not be enough for the painting to be that short. I'm thinking that the Gamekeeper also had either Rage. He either had Rage. I don't think Desperate Fight would still be active, but technically the Prospector did stun the Gamekeeper, but he has to get stunned again within 15 seconds. So I don't think it'd still be active. I think Desperate Fight would have ran out by then. It's like single stab. Because the thing about Desperate Fight is you don't get anything until you get stunned 2 times in a row, or 3 times in a row, or 4 times. The first stun doesn't do anything. Desperate Fight doesn't do anything for the first stun. So that Prospector stunned him 1 time, and then... And I think 15 seconds passed since we used the painting. But I think he had, like... He either had extra rage, so that Gamekeeper either recovered 40% faster than normal if he had max rage. Which he very likely could have been running, because there's also, like, a Prospector on the team. And, who else was on the team? We had a... I don't remember who else on the team, but maybe we had, like, a team that, like, favored faster stun recovery. So he might have taken rage. He might have also taken... what's it called? Addiction. Addiction is the more survivors that are near you, the faster you recover from stunts. So already when 2 survivors are near you, you get pretty decent value. You already get like, I forgot what it was. I think you get like 15% or 10%. It's fine. It's okay. It's another alternative to Desperate Fight if you're not going to get stunned multiple times. Like, let's say there's a forward on the team. Forward's going to only be stunning if there's another teammate nearby. Otherwise, the forward's not going to be stunning, obviously. So Addiction would always give value against the forward, always. Unless the forward is your first chase target. Always going to be getting value. Addiction is always going to be getting value against Prospector if he's supporting someone. Of course, again, though, if you chase him first, it's not going to be getting value. Because he's going to be by himself. Addiction relies on being multiple people nearby. So, Harassers, Addiction does well against. And I suppose in the case that he's worried about, like, Painter dropping paintings near people and saving them, I guess in that sense, Addiction would be good to have. Now, I feel like Addiction is worth more than I'm remembering. Addiction, there's no way Addiction was only 10%. I think it was like, what was it? What were the numbers? I forgot what the numbers were for Addiction. But anyway, I feel like that Gamekeeper had extra rage. He might have had Addiction. If he had Desperate Fight, then I don't think it would have triggered because we only stunned him 1 time in the last 15 seconds. The difference is so funny. Numerous probably like, yo, we cooking this hunter. He being cooked at 365 degrees Fahrenheit out here. Freshly baked in the oven. Scrumptious. That's Numerous stream. And then Psyche is like, well, if you add 2 plus 10, you get 12. Divide that by 4, you get 3. Illuminati confirmed? 3 sides on the Illuminati. That's Psyche's stream right there. Numer is listening to K-pop. Okay, I see the difference. I see it now. Take over the cipher. Can we make that? Thank you for taking it, Dev. Ooh, good game sense from Dev. Thank you. Because imagine how much time we would have wasted no one decoding, just me walking. I'm very glad. The closer person went to rescue. That's nice. He's also closer, and I'd have to use my ability to reach him. He doesn't have to use any ability to reach the chair. As long as he just walks up to it, he should be fine. Unfortunately, he has nothing to defend himself, though, after the rescue. So now he's just dead for... Now he's just knocked down for the next minute, I think. Something like that. Next, like, 50 seconds. Something around that. Oh, God. It's like he play K-pop now. Dude, I don't know why Numer is streaming K-pop. It's gotta be on his Twitch channel, right? I feel like if he does it on his YouTube, then it's gonna get demonetized. It might even get copyright strike, because you can't play... like, it's one thing to get demonetized, but if you play, like, the music constantly, they might even copyright strike you. I don't really know the rules, because I've only ever got copyright noticed, or copyright, like, disclaimer or something like that, just for, like, a few seconds of music, not even, like, a lot. I'm really hoping he swings here. Okay, this is bad, though. Okay, we easily make this rescue, but promise he still has his dash. I don't know if we can make it here. Oh my god. that fly will make me die inside a little. Oh my god. Yeah, so little important thing with flywheel against clown, never try to run away and flywheel, because the flywheel is actually a little bit faster than a zero presence clown dash. Now he was full presence there, so technically the dash is faster than the flywheel, but you have to time it so close. You have to let him get so close to you. If he's even like a centimeter further away, you flywheel too early, and then he hits you literally right after the flywheel. So it's better to just run into the hunter for you guys using flywheel. Nothing against Snappel, of course. I know Snappel, you know, mistakes happen, but just for you guys, how would you fix that mistake? By purposely running into the hunter. That's how you would fix that. So you literally have to physically turn around and run into the hunter, then flywheel, just to ensure you have the highest chance of getting the hit off. The problem with that is that, you know, if you do it too early, the clown might notice it, so even then you kind of got to time it. You got to let him get close to you so that there's a certain point where even if they try to turn around, his big hitbox will usually hit the flywheel anyway. I'm really happy he's chasing the person who is not doing a cipher machine. We have literally 2 people who are perfectly good chase targets right now. He's chasing the one person who's not decoding. So that's really good for us. Imagine how bad that would have been if he came after us. That's why I was getting off that server. That's why I was scared. I was thinking there's no way he doesn't come after us. Because if he does, I mean, if I'm not ready for it, then we're going to get infinite rocket dashed immediately. I have a modified drill. We're going to be knocked down on the ground for at least a minute. Minimum. So I think a minute is the maximum time it can knock you down for. The minute is the maximum, but or maybe it's longer. No, I'm pretty sure it's a minute, but it takes a really long time. I don't know. I don't think I've timed it. Maybe it's in the Mythbusters. It might not be in the Mythbusters, but I definitely tested it before. I've definitely tested it before to see the timer of the modified dash. Because here's the thing. It used to be that the modified drill doesn't tell you. It used to be that the modified drill didn't tell you how much slower you heal. It just said you heal slower. So I never really knew how much slower it healed you. I tested it out. I don't think I recorded it, but I just tested it out and put a timer side by side. It was exactly twice as long. Instead of healing 30 seconds, you healed a minute, I think. I don't remember anymore. The game says 70% though. A few years later, the game updated the book and gave numbers for each character and their debuffs. And one of them was Clown, and it says it's... Oh no, it's 100% longer. So was that a bug? Was that a bug that it says 70%, or was that a buff at some point? No, I'm pretty sure. That's why I was so confused. That's why I was so confused, because the game used to say 70%. And when I tested it years ago, it was 100%. It used to take twice as long. Well, 100% means twice as long, by the way. Not that you can't heal. It just means it was twice as long. Not saying you think I was the gardener, really? Oh, sorry. Sorry, Snappel. Oh, it's because there's Spirit. Spirit. I just saw Spirit, and I'm like, okay, it's Snappel. The Among Us copyright. It's yeah, Among Us copyright. That plays for a minute. We're talking over it, so sometimes YouTube doesn't detect it. But if it detects even like a couple seconds in a row with no pause, it copyright notices you. And if you play especially if you play copyright songs, like popular songs especially, and I'm sure K-pop is included in that. Oh, I feel like you'd be in a lot of trouble. At that point, it's up to the at that point it's up to the copyright holder. Like, do they want to just take your revenue? Because here's the thing, I'm pretty sure they have a choice. Like, do they just want to take your revenue and let your video stay up, but just take 100% of your revenue and it goes to them now? Yes, that's really the way it works. You get no partial credit, all because you use their music. Or do they want to take down your video entirely and no one gets the revenue? And it puts a copyright strike on your channel. YouTube has a system where like 3 strikes and you're out, literally 3 strikes, and they delete your channel. So I don't really know. I don't really know if Numer's playing on his YouTube channel. If he's playing on his YouTube channel, I'd be a little bit scared for him. If he's playing on Twitch, that's perfectly allowed on Twitch. So. Dude, that took like 10 minutes to explain, all for just one thing that I could have said all at the beginning. That Twitch allows it, but YouTube doesn't. Game kind of got in the way. Don't worry, Sam. It's not that you do bad flyways. It's just I saw the name. I don't have a record in my head who does bad flywheels and who does good flywheels. I just see it happen and then I'm like, oh, okay, well, if they did this, the flywheel would have been more successful. He's streaming on Twitch, right? Numero streams primarily on Twitch. He's always... No, has he always primarily streamed on Twitch? He's streaming on Twitch right now. I know that for sure. Well, maybe not. I don't know that for sure, but every single time before that when he streamed, he'd always be... Oh, sorry, wrong song. Every single time before that, he'd always be streaming on Twitch and YouTube, so... I don't know. Maybe he'll just get a copyright notice and get demonetized or something. I don't know how it works, like playing full-on songs like that. Dude, you guys don't want to know YouTube and music. Again, like 5 seconds of it will get you. We'll get you not banned, but you'll get a copyright notice and you could get demonetized just for 5 seconds. Everything else is your original video. Okay, anyway. He's streaming on both? Yeah, that's what I thought. So it's a lot on Twitch, but it's not a lot on YouTube, so I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, I don't really care. He can do what he wants. I'm not here to judge him. Anyway, 3% Cypher. Prospector, Magician, Gardener. Okay, we got an okay team comp. The Gardener's always like, Gardener's always like a, yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief. Yeah. Magician is doing a Cypher. I believe that was Magician who pinged, right? And I'm kind of busy talking. I didn't really see. Alright. What we got going here, though. Prospector. I don't really know who's getting chased right now. Okay, Prospector. There we go. Prospector's getting chased. Is he, though? It looks like he's standing still. Was he at 77 meters that whole ping, though? Maybe he's just pinging that the Gardener is kiting nearby. No, he's getting chased. Wait, it's a Blood Queen who never mirrored one time? Oh my god. So that Blood Queen, I bet you $5 Dev was just raw kiting around some garbage pal, and that Blood Queen from the very beginning thought it'd be an easy hit and didn't want to waste a mirror. And then for the next 1 minute, she just kept trying to get a free hit that wasn't so free after all. Oh my god, nice. That's what we like to see. Now, granted, it's a Prospector, so I don't really know why she would think she can get an easy free hit early. At bare minimum, she'd have to get some magnets out before she wants to do something. I guess she thought she could bail out 1 or 2 magnets in a bad area and then she's still hidden because the area is bad, but I don't really know because you could always stun her, then drop one of those pallets, and then just one of those pallets near shed actually becomes quite decent. I will say it's annoying to use that pallet area behind shed right there with like the logs and the 2 pallets next to it, because the logs are very wide. It's very awkward to walk around them as a survivor. Very often the hunter will catch up to you before you. Wow, what's that new accessory? That must be the new Call of Abyss accessory or whatever it is. Hide behind the chest to not get terror shocked. To not get hit. I mean, I'm just gonna let the farm happen. Because, I mean, here's the thing. We actually don't even want to take a hit. Because Prospector dies to a mirror. So what am I doing trying to take a basic hit there? I'm out of touch with my rescuing skills. With my rescuing game sense. There's no point of taking a hit there. Because he will always die to a mirror as long as she's not messing around. Walk between the trash can. Technically faster deco time. Okay, not faster if we walk into that sandbag, though. Yeah, look at that. He was just kiting with this one pallet this whole time before she finally used the mirror on him. This one pallet is suspiciously dropped here. See, this pallet has kind of the same problem where it's like it's really awkward for a survivor to walk around this pallet because this crate is just awkward. It has awkward dimensions. If you want to try to walk around this thing also is pretty awkward. And it's also quite easy for them to go around. That's the problem. Same with these logs. Let's say you drop this pallet and the hunter goes around the undrop pallet, then you want to walk around the logs, but because of how wide the logs are, you have a hard time reaching the other pallet in time before the hunter hits you. That's kind of like the problem. So you're kind of forced to use that pallet you just dropped, then you're in a vaulting mine game, and then you end up in a really bad spot. So that's why this area is typically pretty bad. But if you manage to drop one of these pallets, and then if you have time to drop the second one before you get hit, and you can reach it safely, you could make this area an area that the Hunter's forced to break a pallet in. Because now the long logs work in your favor. Because now if the Hunter tries to go around, you'll easily make either one of the pallets. But here's the thing, if you drop one pallet, then the Hunter goes around the undrop side very easily. And unfortunately, you see how small that area between those pallets is? That means it's very easy for them to walk around the pallets. But it's not easy to walk around the logs. So this is like an example of like an area that's sided for the Hunter, but not Survivor sided. Because it's easy for a Hunter to go around the pallets, but not easy for you to walk around the other side of the pallets. Because as Survivor, I guess I'll just show an example. Let's say I drop this pallet, Hunter comes around from that side. I have to walk all the way around. You see how much walking distance that is? Usually the Hunter will be able to reach me in time. Because look how little space there's between those two pallets. They'd easily walk up to me around the pallet before they even... Maybe I should have popped the cypher there. I'm not exactly sure. This is a very awkward situation to be in. I chose not to pop the cypher there, but you could honestly make an argument there. I wouldn't blame you for it. Hopefully we can make her hit the chair or something. No, I'm not gonna hit the chair then. Hopefully it doesn't get farmed. Hits me. Perfectly okay, I think. She can't switch with that. And she also can't do anything here. I am going to use an elbow pad here because we're anyway going to need to catch up to the next Cypher machine. And she's definitely going to go after me. I'm really hoping she like wastes a mirror here. I'm going to purposely take a hit here to the mirror. I'm not even going to waste an elbow pad on it. Okay, the problem is that if she chooses to... What is she doing? Whew, hopefully he survives. I think she might have saw someone else there. Oh yeah, she definitely did. Okay, we're out the Cypher now though. Because here's the thing, we're anyway gonna need a... Whew! I wasn't ready there. We anyway really need to catch up to the Cypher, so I just use a PAL to reach Gardner anyway, just so we have distance between me and the Hunter. Because I'm anyway gonna... it's not just a waste, because usually that'd be actually a huge waste of your elbow pad, because you're anyway gonna make the chair. My issue there is not that are we gonna make the chair. My issue is that we need to get this rescue out of the way as fast as possible on the Gardner, so that we can start heading to the Cypher. Plus, it gives me distance so that we have time to make it to the Cypher without getting hit. Or if she will hit me, then it'll be in front of the Cypher, and at that point we'll just prime it in front of her face. And that would be perfectly fine as well. I should be taking this. Sorry, Snappel. The Mercenary. You always want to have Mercenary as your decoder on the gate, just because every Survivor decodes the same, except that Mercenary can escape. You guys might notice that these areas around these gates are so garbage. Absolute garbage. Sometimes you can like drop a pallet and get a boost to leave the area, but it's still usually not good enough. That is the problem. It's usually not good enough is the problem still. Just because you have to like waste a whole boost just to maintain not getting a hit, but the Hunter is still close to you after the boost finishes, because you had to use all of it just to reach something. It's just better to have a Survivor with a very strong ability to instantly leave the gate, and you just don't get trouble that way. You just don't get in trouble that way. And that way, every single person who doesn't have a good cutting ability to instantly leave the gate, they can stay on the side. So if a teleport happens, I know she already used teleport, but you know, I'm thinking about a mirror across the map on our gates. So if a mirror across the map happens, which is essentially like a teleport, then that person can safely get away, be at a far distance. So even if the Hunter sees them and goes after them, they'll be fine. They'll reach a cutting area without having to waste their abilities or waste any of their boosts before it's necessary. Though, not gonna lie, it happens to be against Block Me, you don't really need those boosts. So honestly, if you teleport there and someone uses the PAL boost to boost away, it doesn't actually matter, because that boost is not gonna help you against a mirror. It just helps you against not getting the basic hit. Anyway, then we got 3 rescues that game. You know what I noticed? I noticed that this rescue icon, this rescue achievement, doesn't appear if you harassed for 3 rescues. Because back then, if you were a forward or batter and you rescued someone from balloons, that would count as a chair rescue. Now, in my eyes, I guess when I first started the game, I thought it was a little bit odd that it's considered a rescuing. But I guess it also makes sense because you rescue them from the balloons. So like the first time I saw that, I was like, huh? And then I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. They removed that. They removed that. So it's in the game, it still says you rescue them, but for some reason it doesn't give you the achievement for doing it 3 times anymore. So I mean, one time I got it as a harasser when 4 of my rescues were balloon rescues. So I don't know how it detects. Does it specifically want chair rescues, or is there like a certain amount of balloon rescues that you have to do for it to give you the achievement. I don't really know. It doesn't really matter. I don't think that achievement gives you extra XP or anything. It's just like a nice thing to show up in your record. Like, hey, exactly this game I got like a rescue, and it says right there without you having to check the data. Though this game I got 180-second kite, and it says right there without you even having to click the data. Her accessory made me lag. Last match, here we go. New accessory on the prowl. Pay to win benefits with the accessory. Snappel going in with the cowboy. What is that build? Flywheel, broken windows. Oh god. Okay, he's got broken windows now. It'd be really nice to have like a composer. Always works well with cheerleader. Such a cool combo to have. Too bad I can't go with. Alright. Let's see here. What we got? I was hiding Psyche, she couldn't find me. That's good, that's good. You think she had the perk where people highlight after 50 cents? Quenching thirst. Yeah, I know that. That's probably what she had. A little bit weird to run that, I'd say. I feel like it's a little bit odd to run that. Blood Queen, small map. It's pretty easy to see shadows, I would say, on a map like Arms Factory. If you have trouble trying to find a person, it's pretty easy to find them with your mirror, because the area is just so small. It's not like they could be many places. It's not like Ever Sleeping, where they could either be in the same alleyway as you or just completely behind the building, but you still get to next anyway. It's an opera singer. Oh boy. Whew. This is gonna be tough. This is gonna be a tough match. We don't really have a good team for this. I think all of our survivors really aren't that good. Cowboy has some potential here at least, but Cowboy might be the best out of the bunch, along with Mercenary, maybe. It really depends. But I mean, wow, he's got some really nasty pallets here. Look at these pallets that she's breaking. I feel like her breaking that first pallet was a bit of a mistake there, because now that Cowboy drops these other two pallets, and now she almost for sure has to break these. But again, I feel like she could have left her shadow there and then just gone around. That's what she should have done for the first pallet, and it would have been way easier to do that for that one. But then the moment Cowboy drops these two pallets, it's harder to do that same strategy, especially because he has more space to work with, more like pallets blocking the hunter from going around. And so he could go around himself and just last to a different pallet while she's stuck and busy breaking pallets. So, oh, and she's going really slow too, because there's only one place to dash there. A good place to take an opera singer. There's really only one place to dash there, so that's really nice. She's still pretty fast, don't get me wrong, but better that than just letting her dash to multiple spots. So definitely better there. And guys, keep in mind, after Snappel had her break these two pallets, guess what he did? I'll tell you how he survived after this. You guys are wondering, how is he not seeing a hit after he had to leave this area? How did he not like die after leaving this area, now that this area is just completely trashed? He went to Cabin, and Cabin is a forced pallet break for this hunter. I think she might also have slow pallet breaking. I wasn't paying attention because I was just looking at what the opera singer is doing and how Cowboy is managing this kite. But that definitely would play a huge impact, how slow her pallet breaking is. You really need faster pallet breaking. You know what's interesting is that her slow pallet breaking, I think, is either the third or second slowest pallet breaking in the game right now. Spider's always going to be first. But I think she's like... I'm pretty sure she's third, because Violinist, I remember, had more than her. But then Opera Singer, I think, is third right now. For the longest pallet break. Basement, doesn't matter at all. We'll easily make this rescue. The only issue here is that she is super fast, so I do have to worry about that, but hopefully I don't eat my words now. I said it was super easy. Come on, we're Psyche. We're the pro rescuer. But we definitely want to waste some time here. I don't like wasting too much time on basements because it's always, you always want to stall a little bit here. I almost wonder if like she has blink here. She just completely messed up. Oh, that's really annoying. Body block there. It's okay. We would have anyway had to use an double pad, I think, but it's nice to get the rescue in sooner. You know what I'm saying? Is she going to use these shadows? She's not. Let's go up the stairs. Perfect double pad. going up the stairs is going to make it very annoying for her to chase me. Because now her 1000 presence doesn't do anything on the stairs because it just immediately hits the staircase. As opposed to if we went out in the open, even though she would have nothing to dash on, her 1000 presence would immediately allow her to keep up with us. So let's say I like elbow pad forward here. Not only will it be in the same direction as Cowboy, so she can actually still keep chasing me, but she would bridge this distance with 1000 presence. I'm saying all this, but she wasted her 1000 presence in basement. And I saw that. So technically we had nothing to worry about, but always good to think ahead in like any other situation. Now, I am pretty sure we make this without the elbow pad, and I'm going to do that. We don't need the elbow pad. But she might just pick me up here, and if that happens, I think that's okay. I'd rather save the elbow pad. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, okay. Now we might not. Okay, he has to go for it now. That was a horrible play from Snappel. I might die immediately here. Why would he do that? We have plenty of half-health people. Is that Snappel? Yeah, that's Snappel this time. Snappel, dude. I mean, if he survives now, props to him, but I know how this goes. That was not a good play. Why would he do that? We have 2 full health people. We don't need a half-health rescue. Why would he do that? Why would he do that? That is my biggest pet peeve in this game, is because people, I mean, I'm sure Snappel knows it, but people see Cypher Prime and they think it's okay to rescue at half health. That right there is why it's not okay to rescue at half health. That is why it's not okay to do that. Because when you get knocked down, we're wasting time rescuing me. We needed that time. We needed that time for me when I get hit, not for you when you're getting knocked down and you're trying to rescue me, because we're just immediately gonna get hit. Especially that he got body blocked there. I don't know why he ran away from the chair. At that point, he should have just committed to it, because if he runs away, he's immediately gonna die anyway. Like, I don't even know what happened there. The moment he did it, he at bare minimum at least stay by the chair, and maybe we'll get like a fast pop so that I can elbow pad away in time, and he would still die for the record afterwards. But at least that way, I would get away, and Mercenary has a better chance of living than the Cowboy. But I'm not gonna go into depth, but 99% of the time when someone does a rescue like that, what ends up happening is they rescue, like they'll go down, right? And the person, it really is up to the Cypher Primer at that point. We can't really do anything about Snappel making that choice at that point. He kind of made that on his own, and we have to live with it now. And so it's really up to the person priming the Cypher to try to get the Cypher as close to 99% as possible, 99.9999. So that way, when they touch the Cypher, hopefully they're as close to 100% as possible, so that we don't waste time waiting for them to pop. Because right there was like a good second before Snappel got up. And that's part of the problem why I don't want people rescuing at half health, is because other people who are priming the Cypher, they don't know how to do a 99.999% Cypher. They'll do like 98 or like 99.0. And so what ends up happening is they'll go down on the rescue at half health. We're waiting for the Cypher pop to happen. We're waiting like a second. We're waiting like 1.5 seconds. They'll pop the Cypher. They'll rescue. The Hunter's recovery is already done by then. Someone's immediately getting knocked down. And so that's why that usually never works. Now, again, with people who are aware about that, who not only know how to set up a 99% Cypher, but also are not afraid to do it. They're willing to do it, and they know they need to do it because there's a half-health person there. And they need every second they can get. Every millisecond really counts. So in the situation that we needed someone to rescue at half health, that's what we would do with the Cypher to limit the damage. So that way, hopefully, no one gets immediately hit. Because if you do an instant pop after someone gets knocked down, I suppose you will have some time to run away before a Hunter can swing again, so that you're not getting an instant knockdown. But right there was pop was slow, and I wouldn't even, again, I'm not expecting people to do 99.999% Cypher pops. What I do wish people knew is just don't do half health rescues when we have other people to do the rescue. Like, we got 2 people there, you know. One of those people are probably close enough to the chair to make it before half. Heck, it could be after half. I'd be okay with that. It'd be annoying, don't get me wrong, but better than that, because we're not surviving that. We're always going to tie, so in a situation like that, so I'd rather take the after half worst case scenario rescue of a full health person rather than whatever happened in that game. But yeah, no worries, no worries. It was like a lapse of judgment in game sense, but that's okay. It's okay. Anyway. Oh, I always forget to do the golden apple thing. Shoot. I forgot to do the golden apples last week. I forgot even to claim them just for logging in. You guys, you get... I want to remind you guys, we're getting huge apples. We're getting huge amounts of apples this time. You get 400 just for logging in. And I think you get 600 for watching for 30 minutes, which in Call of Abyss first 10 days, you only got 200 in total. Then for the last 4 days, you got 400 in total. And then for IGL, I don't know why for IGL, ever since the beginning, we're not even close to finals, it just started. And I think it was, I forgot the apple count. It was like 40, 80, 200, 200, 400, something like that. Have you been watching IGL? No. I never watch competitive. I'm just not interested in it. I've been playing the game for so long that I really don't care. Though I'm very happy to see people using Ivy, and it's like something new. What I don't like is how stupid Ivy is. People just get full press. This guy is so cute, by the way. I like him. B-Duck is so cute. Tiny B-Duck. Anyway, what I don't like about Ivy is that people just abuse the full presence ability that just goes up on its own. I thought that was a great buff, but if you have hunters with like unavailable abilities that refresh pretty quickly, like Hermit or Opera Singer, it makes it very annoying for the survivor because there's no really amount of skill they can really do to counter that. Very similar to Opera Singer, not a whole lot of skill but in Opera Singer besides going the counters against her, just something I really don't like about her. Something like Night Watch, I liked a lot better. Something like Waxers, I liked a lot better. These are hunters that I don't think deserve nerfs because they are counterable hunters and they're still really good. But this, she's a lot more counterable, but when she gets full presence, you're not countering the full presence plus the ghost scare. It's just a guaranteed hit. Think of it like Blink with Dream Witch. You're not getting away from it. Except it's even worse because you can't even separate yourself from the hunter. She teleports right on you. And Opera Singer, there's no counterplay to this. The only counterplay is hoping you get a Palestine, which is not great. Not great. So like these hunters, they don't have counterplay. I really don't like them in the game, but Nightwatch Rexers, these are hunters that I feel like never should have gotten a nerf. Just because they do have counterplay, and they deserve to be good. They deserve to be good because they are hunters who are counterable. This is like stretching it. This is really stretching it. But anyway, game balance aside, it's nice to see new stuff. That's the point. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the stream, be sure to check out my other streams. I stream every Monday and Thursday from 8 to 10 EST time zone, where you could come on stream, listen to Psyche say the wrong words in Spanish, and have cicada jump scares behind his back. Dude, I swear those cicadas only exist to jump scare you. They just love to go on your back. I've only had it happen 2 times so far, but it happened on Tuesday where I was just doing my thing and out of nowhere they're just like, wah! It's different from the singing, because when the cicadas sing, it's like a different sound, but when they go on your back, it's not rhythmic at all. It's just like a single note of like, imagine like a human screaming, but like way lower quality. That's literally a cicada scream. Like, why did he do that? Why? I don't get it, but it was, man, are they scary when they do that. Like, I'm just be cleaning a car and out of nowhere like, man, like right behind your ear. Anyway. Yeah, full presence needs to be nerfed, but I don't really know how you nerf the full presence. The full presence is kind of in the same situation as Blood Queen Mirror right now, where if you just make it so that survivors can't get hit by the full presence, then you make it so that the whole ability is pointless. Same with Mirror, where it's so annoying how the Mirror is uncounterable. You just have to be the right survivor. But if you make it so that you can kite it, there's no in-between. Either it's unavoidable or it's too easy to avoid, where you can be literally any survivor. It could be mines and you could avoid it. Because right now with Blood Queen, there's like a problem right now where it doesn't matter if you're Mind's Eye, or Mechanic, or Explorer, or Embalmer, or Prospector, or Enchantress, which varying degrees of strength right there between survivors when it comes to kiting. And yet all of them die the exact same way in the exact same amount of time against Blood Queen. All of them. I guess Prospector, maybe you'll get like a lucky stun if the Blood Queen gets too close to you, which, again, a good Blood Queen is never going to let that happen. So they all die the exact same way, despite them all decoding differently, having different vaults and different abilities, more powerful. They all die the same way to Blood Queen. So it's like either the Blood Queen counters every survivor that doesn't counter her, or if you make it so that Prospector can counter her, then now my deck can counter her. And so can Mechanic, and every survivor who can't kite well in this game will just be able to kite Blood Queen. That's the problem we have with Shadow right now, which I hate when they implement these kinds of hunters in games. So stupid. So stupid. Just an unavoidable ability. Because think about it. If you make the gravestone smaller so that survivors can walk out of it, then you just make the ability pointless. The only time it would ever happen is if survivor is stuck in animation or something like that. Which, why would they ever do that if you're not chasing them, if they only have the ghost on you? So it's a really big problem. It's a really big problem in the game. I really don't like it. It just, if they want to change it, which I doubt they will change it, then they have to completely rework it. It's gonna be easier than Blood Queen, because with Blood Queen you can't just rework her endgame. You have to rework everything about Blood Queen, because just having a hunter who can walk through walls, who is still the same speed as the Blood Queen herself, is obviously going to be uncounterable for most survivors in the game. Along with this, but at least with her, you just have to change the full presence. I think everything else is reasonable. I would like to see a rework to the full presence, and I'd like to see a buff to these early game abilities, because I don't think her early game is very consistent. It's also really dumb as a survivor, I feel like, where you're sometimes just guessing, because you don't know where the ghost is. You don't know where the ghost is gonna be. You just have to guess, and sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you get unlucky. Of course, if the ghost is on you, I guess then it's like hard to expect you to dodge it, because obviously she can see where you're looking. But once she scares one time, at that point she's just guessing where you are gonna look. So I feel like the early game needs to be less frustrating. It needs to be less about stalling just for end game, and more about like this early game well played skill, like we see with Nightwatch, and we see with Waxers, and we see with Night. Granted, Night is weaker, but you know, these kinds of survivors, not just these survivors that are just cheesing their, not just these hunters, I mean, that are cheesing their way with full presence, and they don't actually care about their early game. The early game is not that good. It's unreliable. It's okay when it works, and it's pretty good when it works, but it's just not reliable. It's not even okay. It is pretty good when it works, but to expect that is, you can't expect it. Maybe give a teleport cooldown too, not just on each stone. I think that'd be a good start. But that's not really the issue here. That's not really the issue. That would not actually fix full presence. I think it'd fix other parts of her. But honestly, I like those parts of her. I like that we have a hunter like that, but I don't like that we have a hunter like this, who's just a free instant hit when she goes on you. I don't like that. But I do want to keep the ability of the no cooldown teleports. I think that's cool. Because it is limited. It is limited to the gravestones at the end of the day. I just don't like that it's just an instant hit as well. I don't like that. I thought, when I first started playing Ivy, I really thought Ivy would be more about cornering survivors and then putting a gravestone on them, and then they're stuck in the gravestone, kind of like with Nayad. But you know, that doesn't really work. I've had people in my comment section or on my stream tell me that you should be doing that. I think I had Skashenka tell me, but it was too slow. When I was testing and I was playing it, it's too slow to do that. What does that mean? What does it mean that it's too slow? But that by the time you do it, and by the time you build up to it, the survivors have more progress than if you just played a different hunter and just played a better early game hunter. Like, you're going all out of this way just to use a skill that's just way worse than if you played any other hunter in the game. Like, all that setup just for one hit, and you're hoping that the survivor doesn't use an ability to get out. That's why I wasn't really using that in the early game, in that stream. That's why I wasn't I think sometimes I tried using, I wanted to give it a try, but it's just not consistent. It's just not a working strategy. The only reason the gravestone is good is because of the full presence. I don't like that. I think it's really dumb that there's no skill involved between really dropping the gravestone. The only skill involved is just making sure that they don't like have a window boost that they can escape the full presence with. I really don't like it. I think she's a dumb hunter, but It's nice to see something new. I guess. But I'm not gonna enjoy it. I think it's a dumb hunter concept. I really hate when they add those kinds of hunters. So dumb. Anyway, we're gonna end the stream for real now. Whoa, you got 800 going episodes for 212 days. No way. I'm gonna buy this next. Oh no. Oh, I guess these are sitting here. Man, when did these show up? What is this notebook page? Oh, this is the event. Ah, okay. My bad. I thought this was I thought it was this. The remnant thing. But no, those are different currencies. Let's buy one, by the way. This was the first violinist skin, by the way, when violinist dropped in the game. That's the first one. You guess you can fly with a full presence? No, you can't. No, you can't. Trying to flywheel full presence is like trying to flywheel polarity against Hermit when you don't have a polarity on. You know what happens? You still get that eyeball effect on you when you flywheel. It doesn't do anything. It's just like with Hermit. If you try flywheeling the ball, the electricity, when you don't have a polarity already on you, because it's not a status effect, it just goes on you anyway. It doesn't stun you. It doesn't do anything. So flywheel doesn't do anything. Now, I guess I understand for the eyeball. I don't really understand why for Hermit, because in the Hermit it shows up as a debuff in the top left as a survivor. But, like, here's the thing. I guess flywheel doesn't prevent debuffs. Because here's the thing. If you flywheel the clown dash when he modified drills you, you don't take damage, but the modified drill still goes on you. So that's the thing. It doesn't prevent debuffs. It prevents status effects, which are two different things in this game. Hermit polarity is a debuff. The eyeball effect, I'd say it's a debuff. It doesn't debuff you in any way, but it's like a status effect on you. I guess a different kind of status effect? I shouldn't use the word status effect. No, you can't fly with the max presence. The only time you can fly with the max presence is if you have 60 or more. You can flywheel the stun, Aqua. You can flywheel the stun. You can't flywheel anything less than what's going to be a stun. If you try flywheeling like a scare, let's say you're about to get scared. Like, you know she's going to scare this exact moment, right? And you time it perfectly. But you have less than 60 eyeball. You're going to gain 40 still. You still gain 40. And because you didn't get stunned, the flywheel doesn't do anything. The only time the flywheel does anything is if you're about to hit 100. Think about it like wax artists. If you're flywheeling while wax artist is shooting you, you're still gaining wax. It only does something once you hit 100. That's when flywheel does something. So no, I wouldn't say flywheel counters Ivy, because this is how Ivy works. This is the way Ivy works. If she has full presence, this is what happens. You're at 0 eyeball effect. You get a gravestone on you. You get 20 from that. She immediately teleports on you. You get 60. You're never going to get stunned by the full presence, if that makes any sense. You're never going to get stunned by it, because by the time you get the grave plus the full presence grave effect, you only get 60 in total, at minimum. Maybe less if you're able to run outside the gravestone. If you try flywheeling it, the flywheel will go through, but it's not going to do anything. You still gain 60 eyeballs, so it doesn't actually do anything. It only prevents the stun. So, flywheel's pretty bad. Flywheel's pretty bad against her. You're actually much better off taking something like window boost. So that way, when you're about to get gravestoned, you stand in front of the window, you get gravestoned. Not only do you have a chance of running out of the gravestone before you get 20. That's a big deal, by the way, to run out of the gravestone before you get 20. That's assuming you vault fast enough, though, when the gravestone's made. But also, when you vault the window, the Ivy's stuck behind it because she teleported on the gravestone, and you're just chilling on the other side of the window already because you already vaulted it. So, you hope Dreamwitch got buffed? No, Dreamwitch has only been getting nerfed. And they don't really nerf her enough, if I'm being honest. They don't really care about nerfing her. But yeah, anyway, that's the thing about Ivy. Is that you're really better off with boost, because at least that way, you can get a start like that. And maybe you have a chance of avoiding the 20 from the gravestone. Because here's the thing. Ivy relies on the 20 from the gravestone. Because she gets 40 from one scare and then 40 from a second scare. What's the total? 80. 80. How is she going to get the last 20? From the gravestone that she made from you at the start of the game when she first started chasing you. And this is very important. That's why the devs don't want to nerf the gravestone anymore. Because if they nerf the gravestone anymore and they nerf the radius of the gravestone, survivors will be able to run out of the gravestone in a straight line before they get 20. Before they get 20 eyeball effect. Which means that now Ivy won't be able to just get a hit on you with 2 scares. She's going to need 3 scares now. So it's as if the gravestone doesn't even do anything. If you want to think of it that way. Because here's the thing. It doesn't matter if you have 10 scares, 0 scare. It only matters if you have 20. Because you could be at 10 and then get scared twice. You're going to be at 90. She still needs a 3rd scare on you. You could be at literally 19 eyeball effect. If she could scare you twice, you'd be at 99. She needs 1 more scare on you. That would be really bad. To put it simply. And some of you guys like might be wondering, well, like Psyche, but like, what if you look at her, then you would gain a little bit, and then you get over that 20 threshold? Yes, but then survivors can actually use that to their advantage. So I was thinking about it. I'm like thinking, okay, well, actually, I guess Ivy could still get that extra 20 by having survivors look at her, and it's more skill oriented that way by trying to get the survivor to look in your direction on accident. And I like that at first, but then I realized something is that if you have a survivor who's like at 16 eyeball, that is really bad. That's worse than if they were at 0. I'll tell you why, because if they're at 18 or something like that, here's what's going to happen. They're going to get scared 2 times. They'll be at 98 if they start with 18. Like, let's say you nerf the gravestone, so that's smaller. Survivors can run out of it in a straight line before they get 20. So now they only get like 16 or 18 before they walk out of it. You'll scare them 2 times. You'll have 98 scare on them, right? I'm like, oh, okay, so all I have to do is make them look at me. What survivors are going to do now is they're going to drop a safe powder safe window, and they're going to look at you on purpose. And then that reduces all that progress you had back down to 0, and because they dropped the powder window to protect themselves, you get nothing out of it now. And so that's the problem with nerfing the gravestone any further, is that survivors will just be able to take advantage of that. Assuming that they don't look at Ivy at any point before that. Before they get like to 98 or 96. So that's kind of like the problem with Ivy. Like if you nerf the gravestones, you do that problem with the early game. And even then she still has that late game problem. I really don't want to nerf the early game of Ivy. They should really rework the late game and make the early game more powerful and then less power to full presence. Because this is how you get some really dumb hunters in this game with unavoidable abilities like this. I mean, we had it already with Wheel, and Wheel still has it to a certain extent. To a very large extent, actually. And I really hate those kinds of abilities, so... Yeah. Yeah, you need to ensure you pop 100 before you get the hit. But here's the thing, Wizard. You can't really do that right now. In Ivy's current state, you can't really do that, because here's what happens. You get 20 or 22 from the gravestone. You get 60 from a scare. How are you going to get 40 points from just looking at her before her next scare? By the time that happens, she's going to scare you again, and she's going to get a hit when she wants to scare you. That's the problem. That's a problem. But like, let's say they have 0 fear. Let's say they have 0 fear, right? 0 eyeball effect. You scare them 2 times, they have 80 now. It's still really hard to force 100 when they have 80. But if you nerf the gravestone so that it's smaller so that the survivors can escape with like 18 or 17 or 16 or 15, they'll just never look at you. Or they'll look at you for like half a second to increase it slightly to like prime it. Think of it like priming a cipher. If they nerf the gravestone so that you only get like 19, 18 eyeball, or 17 or 15 or 14, they would prime a little bit. They'd wait for you to scare them twice. Obviously, they're not going to let the scare happen. They're still going to try to avoid it. But by the time you finally nail those 2 scares, they're going to try to find a safe area. They're probably going to combine it with like an ability so that at least while you're breaking the pallet. Because here's the thing. With Ivy, if you don't have an ability to combine it, even if you prime the scare and you drop a pallet and then you look at her, if Ivy's carry fast pallet breaking, they'll be able to break and then hit you before you free yourself. So you do have like a second before she's able to hit you, that is. Because the pallet breaking is still not as fast. As long as you got a chance to look at her before she started breaking the pallet. You'll have like a second or 2 before she hits you after that, but because the eyeball effect makes you follow her, you really need an ability to escape at that point because it will drag you away from other windows and paths by you looking at her and getting 100, so. Man, that's a lot of information. That's a lot of information. But basically, long story short is... I feel like they gotta change Ivy, but I don't think they will. But It's also a very risky business to change Ivy because it's a very delicate matter. Because if they nerf the gravestone, you could just leave it, but just by walking you'll be like less than 20. She really needs that 20 to scare you 2 times and get a hit. Anything less than 20, she needs a 3rd scare or you to look at her. But then if you look at her, then you can get rid of the 100 just by priming and then looking at her on purpose for removal of that ability, just so it's easier on you. Did the game just disconnect? Oh, game just disconnected. The music wasn't broken. Do you think Ivy is good or bad for the game? I think she's bad. She's like Blood Queen. She's like Wheel. Once they get certain presence, it's just unavoidable. So I think she's really bad for the game. Terrible. That's what I was going for. That's my whole point I was going for, is that Blood Queen, Wheel, Opera Singer, except Opera Singer has it at 0 presence, which is even more problematic. These hunters, they just become uncounterable with presence, which I think they should be more powerful. I don't think they should be uncounterable. There's a very fine difference between that. Like Nightwatch, like Waxers. I don't think these hunters deserve buffs, nerfs, I mean, because they were counterable. They were counterable hunters. They were just really good. And technically, every survivor can counter them with the right support from other survivors and the right areas. Granted, it gets stricter. I don't want to be those guys who are like, oh, every survivor can do a good kite. Because you need better areas and you need better survivors support characters as your character worsens. Especially the players. If the players can't support you, no matter their character, you're not going to be able to live. They need to be good with their support character against that hunter. Maybe you're just going against a hunter where you can't really support that easily against on top of that, so... at least with these hunters, I like that there's this support factor where it's realistic to support against them, even if the survivor doesn't have much of a chance. I like these, I like these strong hunters who have very strong chase, but they still have their. You can work together around them. You can teamwork against them. Not these like BS like ability hunters where you're just dead on the spot. You take a hit on the spot. I guess Wheel you can support quite well against. Anyway, that's gonna be the end of the stream, guys. Let's update the record real quick. Let's see what we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we got 5 ties. All right, not bad. And 2 wins. Okay, this should have been a win though. All right, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Could have been worse. All right, let's go delete that match that I accidentally saved. I think I hold up. There's 2 matches that I accidentally saved. What the heck? I saved 2 matches on accident? What was the second match? It says there's 2 matches that I saved from today. Okay, save this one. Oh no, man. Do I have a glitch? Why are there 2 mercenary games? What the heck, on Arms Factory? I saved this on accident? I don't even know. No, it says right here that it's not saved. Oh, I'm looking at recent matches. I need to be looking at my replays. Right. Okay, I need to be looking at my replays. There you go. Oh, you can note now. Oh, I thought you could, like, paragraph note. You just name it. Oh, no. Is it just going to be stuck now? It's not named. Oh, no. Oh, no. Let me just make a rank match. There we go. Alright, guys. What are these saved matches? Are they matches where you did super good or something like that? I actually don't know, because I don't save matches. So, it either was for a video that I figured, like, oh, this would be a good example to show. I wonder, let's look at our oldest match. This is from 5/29. It doesn't say the year, but... Shoot, it doesn't say the year? Dude, I really need this. Some of these replays are literal years old. You know, I'm really curious. I'm really curious what's going to happen in these matches. Are these matches going to remember the old versions of these characters? But because I think when I saved this replay, Sears Owl lasted 16 seconds. Does the replay remember that? Does the replay remember that the owl was 16 seconds? Or is it like Clash Royale where the reason they make replays unwatchable after a balance change is because the game will use the balance changes to figure out the replay. So does it save the old version of like these characters? I mean, Flywheel is still a thing. Flywheel still thinks Flywheel was not a thing back then. Was Flywheel a thing back then when I'm watching this replay? That's why I want to know the year of this replay. I really want to know the year of this replay. The replay saves based on data. So what does that mean? What the heck does data mean? Does that mean it remembers? I don't get it. Does it remember the old version of the characters? My man literally just walked into a water zone there. I don't know if you guys saw that. He just walked into a water zone there, like on purpose, instead of leaving sooner. So he just got like he ended up with like 70% water instead of like could have been 50. Oh man, what is this Naya doing? She's like setting up in an area that Aqua doesn't even want to be in. Like, obviously he's gonna transition out of here when you do that. Oh, you can do that? I didn't even know you can do that. What the heck? How did I never know you can do that? I guess maybe... Wow, that was a really good play. That's gotta... I mean, I'm assuming that's super precise. I didn't know you could do that. I wonder if that's super precise. Dude, she's got excitement. She's cooked. He just BM'd Flywheel. Is he like trying to prevent a blink? Why would you try to prevent a blink? Why would you predict a blink in that situation? Just take it. You're full health. What is the point of some of these, like, bro? What is the point of some of these? I don't get it. I don't know why I say this. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Some of these matches I probably just saved on accident. I just forgot to remove them. There might not be a reason. Either there might not be a reason, or there was a reason, but I forgot it by now. So they just look like regular matches to me. He's playing around a blink. Smart. He's playing around blink. Maybe he thought he wouldn't make it. He does make that, but I think he's playing around a blink. Man, I wish I got to see... I thought I had replays before Flywheel came out. Has Flywheel been out longer than, like, I realize? Am I just this old and I don't even know? Flywheel's 2 years old. Still, I could have sworn this replay is older than 2 years. I mean, yeah, they didn't have replays when the game first came out. I don't even think they had replays the first... I don't even think they had replays the first year, honestly. But the game's been out for literal 6 years now. We're coming up to 6 years in July. I'm sure we had replays at least like for 3 years at bare minimum, right? Did I just forget that the option exists, so I didn't know you can turn it on until like a year later? Because I remember there was a time I just always keep forgetting. So that you can like automatically save matches. Oh my god, it's Alex. I just realized we're playing with Alex. That's probably my duo. Alex was a really good forward back then. He played in Europe, by the way. Absolute craziness. Did she like forget where her harpoon is there? What was that return? Did she run out of time? I don't think she ran out of time. Oh my god, what is he doing? Just go in a straight line. I guess he would die to dashes that way, but that wasn't much better what he did. Now he's gonna be in trouble with dashes. Ugh. I'm starting to see why we might have saved this match. I feel like something really bad. Either usually when I save these kinds of matches, something amazing happened and like we pulled off a major comeback. Maybe there's like a beautiful... No, the owl wasn't that beautiful. It was necessary. How long does this owl last? That owl only lasted 8 seconds. I was only an 8-second owl. Oh, she swung at it. For a second there, I thought the owl was like still there but invisible according to the replay. Because she literally swung at him and I thought we were about to see a hit recovery from literally nothing, and I thought that would have been the owl. So why did we save this replay? I don't know. I don't know why we saved this replay. Maybe it would make for like a good guide on how to counter Naiad. Maybe that's why I wanted to save it. Oh, Tato's in this one. We gotta watch it. How many? Oh, Tato's in that one. Tato's in this one. Tato's in this one. Tato's in this one. Tato's in this one. It says her name is Metro Boomin. Is that still her name in this game? I don't even think that's her name anymore. That's not even her name anymore. Her name is Tato now. Okay. So it doesn't say the year, which I'm really sad about, but... Man, I wish I could find a survivor that has been balance changed so we can see if there's a difference. Mercenary. Okay, I think Mercenary would be a good one. Because Mercenary surely was 15 seconds. The nerf to Mercenary that made him have 8-second lifetime, that was... How long ago was that? Mercenary IDV. The IDV wiki used to not keep records of bounce changes until like 2021 or something like that. So since this is a recent change, we're gonna walk. I'm gonna read when this change was. November 2nd, 2023. So this was 8 months ago, basically 8 months ago. So surely this replay is older than 8 months ago, because me and Tato haven't been playing in the last 8 months. Plus, her name hasn't been Metro Boomin in a while, too. So that's me. Obviously, Segi's on Mercenary. Let's see. Do bounce changes take effect? Am I gonna be walking on the replay, but the game is gonna show that I have like knockdown health? Is it gonna like show me knockdown, but I'm gonna be walking anyway? The 8-second owl. I guess the. Yeah, you're right. The 8-second owl isn't that old. That's the thing. The 8-second owl isn't that old. That replay was... Look, guys, if this replay is older than 8 months ago, then surely that other replay was older than a year ago. My very first replay. So, I think that Nide might have actually been waiting for my owl to finish. But we never saw it because on our screen it looks like the owl ended earlier. Because, guys, think about it. If the owl lasted 8 seconds, why was that Nide not hugging the embalmer closer, if you think about it that way? Like, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Why would she not? Oh, she's gonna get away here. Oh my god, that is nasty. Yeah, if the owl only lasted 8 seconds, why would the Nide not like hug, preparing for those short 8 seconds? But then again, that Nide was pretty questionable. The Nide was pretty questionable. Oh god, I always get scared watching this. What was old Psyche from 2 years ago doing? I always get scared with these. These always scare me because I never know. I mean, my kites, my routes are exactly the same. Who would have guessed? I'm doing exactly what it almost feels like I'm playing the game right now, actually. Like always being aware. I don't think that hits. Yeah, that's why I didn't need the elbow pad there. Look at that. Look at that. Even back then, I knew that wasn't going to hit, so I'm not wasting the elbow pad. I'm like, I played Percy. I know that's not going to hit. Although I think Impulsive didn't exist at the time, so I think that made things a little bit more different. We might elbow pad here. We might drop the pallet here. Elbow pad, okay. I guess if we drop the pallet, we anyway have to elbow pad. But if I choose to drop the pallet, then I guess I could use the second pallet here and then elbow pad. Things get really dicey if you start doing this, in my experience. So I understand that I didn't do it. I mean, in my experience, it's literally me. It's literally me kiting. Of course I'm gonna do what I think. Oh my god. What the hell? What even was that? Oh, I didn't mean to click on me. Yo, what's up, Noomer? Dude, I wanted to see the balance changes. Like, do the balance changes affect the replay? So far, for the Seer Owl, I'm guessing yes, it does. But on our screen, it showed that... on our screen, it showed that the Seer Owl ended. But on the replay, it said... on the actual game, I have a feeling the Owl lasted longer. Because Nide continued to not hit until the very end. Like, after suspiciously, like, 15 seconds passed. Which is really interesting. Now, I was really hoping that I'd get hit at some point here, but I guess Mercenary versus Percy in this area, I'm not expecting to take a hit. If I'm playing my best, I'm not expecting to take a hit against Percy. I might take one, but I'm not going to take another for a while. If I do take another, I've just been playing really bad. don't know why he's not at least vaulting this. Why would he not vault it? Because he doesn't want to get blocked by the bees. He's just delaying the inevitable. I don't really know. Oh my god. So do the bees block that? Yo, come on! I need Mercenary Psyche to get hit here. I want to see the balance changes. Oh my god, that barely didn't get hit. So he just doesn't get hit the whole game. Exactly. How am I supposed to test? How am I gonna test a balance change that's all about getting hit if I never get hit? No, I'm opening. Wait, we're at 3 servers remaining. I don't know why I thought the exit gate was ready. Why do I think the exit gate is ready? They don't affect the replay? Well, here's the thing. If that's the case, I had my oldest replay in this game is surely more than a year old. Right? And the Seer nerf was a year old. And the Seer Owl disappeared after 8 seconds. But the Nide was being like super passive anyway for the next 8 seconds after that. So he was doing a really good kite here. But... Nice, nice. Okay. Surely Seki's gonna get hit here. Come on. He's got his 1000 presence here. I really want to watch from my perspective because then you really understand why I'm elbow padding there. Like the way my elbow pads work is to 100's perspective. It's always a bit confusing when I elbow pad. I try to do that on purpose so that they you get a little bit extra. You get like extra bonus when you elbow pad behind like tall walls because then it really confuses them. Like they look around the corner and they're expecting to maybe like use their ability. I'm predicting his 1000 presence right here, but he's not using it. So I think I'm gonna use an elbow pad here. How greedy am I gonna get? That was a pretty good elbow pad, Psyche. Goddamn. It's almost like you've been playing Mercenary for how many years now? 4 or 5 years? Gosh, Psyche. Golly, Psyche. We're not gonna get to see if I'm even gonna get hit. I am gonna get hit here. Suffering from success. Suffering from success. Just for BM value, just get out without taking a hit. Okay, so I really want to see the balance changes. I really want to see if the balance changes affect this. Oh my god. Okay, at some point Acrobat's jump got nerfed. But I don't remember if that was before or after the replay. Okay, let's look at the other survivors in our matches. What other survivors probably got nerfed since then, or buffed, that we can see a difference? And Perfumer got buffed. Oh, Perfumer actually might be a good one. Perfumer is a good one. Because the thing about Perfumer is when you perfume back as Perfumer, it lasts 0.4 seconds now. It lasts 0.4 seconds to move from Perfumer. So if we see, for some reason, this player perfumes back, and they just stand there for an extra 0.4 seconds, because the old Perfume, it took 0.8 seconds to be able to move after you perfume back. Now it takes 0.4. So if we see the Perfumer stand still for an extra 0.4 seconds, because this was a really recent change. This was probably the most recent balance changes besides the one we just had. I'm pretty sure, right? So if we don't see it now, then I don't know in what situation we wouldn't see. And I'm always curious. I guess I'm also having fun because I'm always curious seeing what happened in these matches that made me want to save it. So the good news is Perfumer did go down here. She did die this match, so surely that means she got chased first, right? She probably I think I know what happened. I have a very bad feeling about what happened. I have a feeling I got chased the whole game and then she got teleported out at the end of the game. I don't know what's going on with these pallet drop animations. Is it Horsefly effect? Is Horsefly effect glitching the game because it used to not exist back then? Maybe that's why it's getting glitchy. Look at that Oreo portal from Tato. Look at that beautiful vault from me. Now, right there, right there, it looks like I'm not looking back, but there's actually a delay. There's actually a delay on camera. Is he really going to go around to break that portal? There's actually a delay on the camera. When you're spectating a replay or you're spectating someone live, there's a delay on the camera turn. It turns 1 second after a person's already looking back. So I actually was already looking back, but on my screen, on the replay, it looked like I didn't look back until after he swung, so as if I didn't even check if that was going to hit me, but I was checking. And I know because I watch these replays back directly after playing them sometimes. And then I see that like, hey, why isn't the camera turning here? And then I notice it's like a delay. So Okay, so I'm not getting chased, and I also didn't even use a single watch. Typical. So you see, guys, right here, there's horsefly effect, but wow, Tear's actually doing some pretty good routes here. She should go to Shed next if he breaks his pal, but he's not breaking it. Ooh, that was a scary portal. Table's got some pretty clean routes. But anyway. You guys notice how these pallets are being dropped in like a really weird way? It looks like they're being dropped way quicker than they're supposed to be. Like, look at that. It's already down. I think horsefly effect is glitching the game. I'm not sure if it already existed back then. Oh, oh no, I missed it. I missed it. Hopefully she gets hidden perfume again. We'll see if she stands still after her perfume. Because if she stands still after her perfume... Because someone says bounce changes don't affect replays, but from what it's looking like, it seems like they do. It seems like these persona abilities, like horsefly effect... No, they don't. Oh, well, it's kind of hard to tell. No. Like I said, a good perfumer would surely already be moving. Really good vault there from the perfumer, by the way. Perfectly timing it right as he grabs his umbrella. He can't swing during that time. I guess you guys are right. I guess bounce changes don't apply, but... Is the Seer nerf really that old, then? The one that I watched the first match in? Is the Seer nerf that made this owl 8 seconds long really that old? It was in February 17, 2022. So that was 2 years ago. Well, yeah, 2 years and 4 months ago. Did I really only start making replays 4 months ago? So why are you taking a hit, bro? Maybe that again, I can't see the year. It seems like you guys are right. It seems like balance changes don't apply. That would explain why the pallets look super glitchy when they're being dropped. Look at that. Look at that. The pallet is just magically already dropped. There's no animation or anything. I think horsefly effect is messing with the replay. But when was horsefly effect added? Oh no. I feel like the Seer nerf was 2 years old. I feel like horsefly effect lasted longer than what's it called? Than Seer nerf. I feel like it was older. When was this added? For those who are confused, horsefly effect is it makes you drop pallets up to 20% faster. Yeah, it does look like the bounce changes don't take effect. I always wonder why do I save these matches? What was I doing this match that made me want to save it? And this is like one of those that like maybe I saved on accident. I really didn't do anything special here. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna show off in a video that you can do this. You can get teleported on, and then you can take a tie turner hit. Is that what I showed off? Is that what the video would have been about? I guess it is a pretty cool thing to know about that. Not only Mercenary can do that, also First Officer can do it, but I guess everyone knows that. Is that a reason to save it? This one's just straight up, I think I just forgot to delete these matches, honestly. I think I just forgot to delete these matches, not that anything even happened. Got Tato here. I think I'm especially interested in the defeats, though. Or the draws. Like, something must have had to happen crazy. Or something really good that I did if I thought it would be worth looking back. Even if... Like, because here's the thing. If I see victory, I'm a lot less interested in watching. Because maybe I just accidentally pressed it. As opposed to, like, if I lose, I think I'm a lot more likely to remember why. Remember about about it later that I accidentally saved and then I deleted out of anger. Siki, how did rank feel? Rank was okay. It was alright. Alright, let's see what she's doing. What is this route? Not a bad route. Wait, does we should check maybe the... No. Horsefly effect surely exists at this point. Why are the pals still being glitchy? I don't even know anymore. I honestly don't know. The pals shouldn't be glitchy anymore. Uh-oh. Woo, little bro carry. She's gonna get a huge boost out of that. Problem is, she took it to a horrible area. This would be good if it was a hunter who couldn't just instantly catch up to her. So what she should have done... I mean, good flywheel, but why are you carrying flywheel on journalists? Yeah, you still think it's a bad area, though. Oh, that's a bad swing. She's gonna get around the corner in time. But basically, after she, like, look at that. On our screen, look like the pal's already down, but, like, look, the pal's being glitchy. It wasn't already down in the actual game. When little bro got hit there, she should have really taken it to, like, to top broken or something like that. Somewhere where you can't just umbrella back on her, but she'll still be taking advantage of the speed buff. No, not a really... Tato, how'd you die? Oh, where is Thief Psyche? This was like when Thief first got his major buff. His Thief. This was when Thief first got ability removal, right? Because when Thief first got his ability removal, that's when I started. That's when I started playing Thief a lot. Dang, when is the Thief Psyche gonna show up? This is boring. People just be dying instantly. I mean, he got soul siphoned, to be fair, but... If they show you the old traits? Oh, that's a good question. Tato, what's your old trait? This replay wasn't that old. They haven't changed the persona system in years, though. So you're saying that, like, let's say we rescue Tato off a chair. Will she get the speed buff? Oh, yeah, I guess that's a good thing to look for. Painter is not getting a speed buff right now, but we also can't check his persona, so there's really no way to know. Oh, Thief Psyche's doing something, I think. Oh, we missed out. Oh, Thief Psyche's back. Oh, it's like he's on the prowl. Oh, he's on the prowl. Are we gonna... Oh, we're gonna dodge the bell. Oh, we're gonna dodge the bell. I think I remember this. What are you doing, Psyche? Psyche, you're looking the wrong way. Psyche, you're hacking. What was that? We did dodge the bell. I feel like I remember this match. I feel like I remember Okay, here's the thing. I've dodged a lot of bells before as Thief. I've dodged a lot of them when I do that. Or I just cancel them straight up. But for some reason, I feel like I remember that specifically. Oh my god, the hit counted on the portal, but he still got the hit anyway. Okay, right here. Okay, maybe this... I feel like this trade might have already been in the game, though. This replay is not the oldest. This is like when Thief got his buff. Surely... Persona hasn't been changed in a long time. At least over a year. I think Horsefly effect is still in the game. So basically you're saying her Persona web right now shows that she has Horsefly effect. Let's see if she actually goes faster. Not Horsefly effect. Sorry, Savior Complex. Savior Complex, right? Oh, we had Journalist build here. Oh, okay. Journalist doesn't have anything helpful though. Okay, it's called Companion Effect. Savior Complex is the one that speeds up your movement speed after you rescue. You know, Thief's making some funny noises touching that priestess. So she did get the booster, and I think she was faster off of the chair, but I wasn't really paying attention. Man, that was such a bad pop. Look at Tato lagging. Oh, I feel so bad. Look at that California lag. Look at that California lag. You can see her zigzagging. Oh, no. Let's watch Tato Kai. Ooh, Tato. Tato call for biz. Tato call for biz. Tato call for biz. Look at her go. She beating this hunter's cheeks right now. Look at it. Look at that beautiful portal. Skill. Absolute skill for that portal. Nice job, Tato. Ooh, is she going to make it? I think she does make it. She does make it, but unfortunately, still got the hit there. Not much she could have done there. It's okay. Tato out here, call for biz. #1 Thief strat. Watch how he can still stun without even looking at Hunter. Hunter mains hate him. This sounds like a really bad ad.
Really bad head. I stunned the hunter without even looking at him. That's crazy. Oh, can't you guess by seeing if months repeat? Yeah. That is true. So by that logic, we can tell that it is at least 1 year older. But here's the thing. How do you know that this replay in December, right here, December, was last year or 2 years ago? How would you know that? Which means all these other replays would be 2 years ago. Doesn't matter if the month repeats. This is either... You still can't tell. You still can't tell by the logic, because this is either... This replay, for example, is either 6 months old or 1 year and 6 months old. Or maybe 2 years and 6 months old. We don't know. Well, not 2 years and 6 months old. I wasn't playing Anti-Crane 2 years ago and 6 months ago. Let's watch another Thief game. Thief games... I should say more Thief games. Why are there so many boring Mercenary games? No one wants to watch Mercenary. Maybe they were like all Clutch Dungeon escapes, though. Those are good Mercenary games. Something tells me we weren't using flashlight here, though. He definitely saw me. Maybe he wasn't looking at me there, though. Maybe the camera was a delay, but on our screen it looked like you could see me walking to the cipher there. My man! Is this how people really kite? You really did a slow roll there on purpose? God, man. I don't... Listen, I don't understand what people do, man. He ran to the left to dodge a tentacle. At that point, if you run forward, you'd be farther away from the pal than if you just kept going left, because there was already a pal in his way. Left. People need to go with the flow of the kite. They fight the flow. You gotta go with the flow. If the flow tells you to dodge the hunter building, you dodge it. You now have to follow the flow of where you went. Now, if he wanted to, he could have used the pallet, stalled the hunter. Hunter would have gotten at least scared for like half a second. And that half a second, as you guys would have seen right here, would have made all the difference for him dropping that painting. Not only that, but if he stayed going left, he would have had that painting now go hospital. I mean, what are these routes, bruh? Like, mistakes like that drive me crazy. Like, them not going with the flow made this kite go from hitless in an amazing kiting area. Could have been a hospital. Oh, Thief getting clutch! Now I see why this painter is still alive. That wasn't even gonna hit. That was a really bad flywheel. Oh! Flashlighting the other directions. Hunters hate him. Hunters absolutely hate his guts. Oh, I think I noticed that there's no... Oh! Flashlighting forward. Let's go. This is the new meta. Of Thief. Guys, I don't think the game... Yeah, look, the game doesn't realize when you look backwards, wherever you were last facing... I'm possessed. Wherever... See, here's the game. The thing is, the game doesn't update once you start using the flashlight. That was really bad. I accidentally ran into that pole. The game doesn't realize you're moving around once you start using the flashlight. It just, we're gonna die here. Oh, he swung and missed. Oh, we're alive barely. Oh, Thief! Oh, we're gonna die here. There's no way. Oh, what the heck was that dodge, Psyche? Psyche's gaming out of his mind. Holy crap, Psyche. Oh, now he's dead. I feel like I remember this game. That vault right there, I remember specifically thinking in my head at that very moment, oh, I shouldn't have vaulted that. We could have lasted like a second longer if I didn't vault that. Why do I remember that? Why do I remember the most useless part of the kite? Oh, every second counts. This is, I guess this is how you get better at the game. Because I'm not focusing on the really important parts that save the kite. I'm looking at the important parts that could have made the kite even better. So, what was the mistake in that kite? The mistake was running into that pole, but I feel like another big problem with that kite was the shed pile was just gone. Which really limited our kite and really ruined it. But here's the thing! Guys, here's the thing about that kite. Remember what I said about going with the flow of the kite? To dodge hunter abilities or to do something for your team? When I try to flashlight the hunter and he excited the flashlight, where did I go? I kept going in the direction with the flow that allows me to keep the flashlight pumping.
and keep the flywheel in a good position. So honestly, I didn't think he would chase me. In hindsight, if I knew he would chase me, I would go for the pallets, but I just... At that moment, once I realized he was going for me, it's kind of too late. So what did I do at that point? At that point, I just kind of kept going with the flow. You kind of got to go with the flow, and you got to be like, wherever you're getting pushed, you got to go in that direction. You don't want to force it. Especially with Flashlight. I mean, in general, it's true with every Survivor ability. Like, wherever you're getting pushed, you got a great dodge from Tato there. I don't even know what she meant, but that was really good. You kind of got to go with the flow of the ability. How do we win this match, by the way? Oh, we're going to be at one Cypher here, though. I don't know. I don't really know how we win this match. I'm going to try to die in a good spot for Tato here. It's really not that good, if I'm being honest. It's really not that good because she doesn't have much to protect herself with. So I think I think a better place to die would have been near these two pallets right here. Like, you see that table right there? That table with those boxes right there? Well, he was looking at it, but that table next to that pallet... Should have died right there. Like, he's... Oh, wait. I can literally just change his camera. So... Oh, no. I can't change it right now. So, like, right here. That table right there by that pallet. Right there. Then she could easily use these pallets behind her. But I'm still in vision of her being able to stun. That painter wasted his painting. Typical. This Cypher's only at 34%. How did we save this kite? Maybe it wasn't me that saved it. Oh, am I going to abuse the painting because I'm the only one who knows how to use painting? Okay, no. No, he just straight up swapped targets. What the heck? Look at me! Look at me! I'm literally standing by the painter because I'm expecting him to go after me. It ended up actually not being bad still. Because here's the thing. I still had to protect myself. That's why I didn't run away from the painting. I'm expecting that he's going after me. I'm expecting worst case scenario. So, I mean, who would have expected him to randomly switch targets there? Switching targets is how he loses this game. Instead of staying on the thief. Now, if he stayed on the thief, that's why we went to the painting, and that's why I was going to abuse it, but he didn't do what I expected him to. I mean, it's only to our benefit at the very least, so I'm not really sure why he's not using his tentacles right now. He has plenty of tentacles right here. I guess he doesn't want to use them, but he could actually use one of them to figure out where I am. Oh, you know what? I realize now he actually couldn't do that because he would point at the mind's eye. Sorry. I'm spewing nonsense. That was a good dodge from the mind's eye. Nothing can stop this rescue when we push together. Perfect timing on the rescue. It was just the pop was a little bit late there, so mind's eye just didn't have time to... Look at me. Look at me still abusing this painting. I should have left a long time ago. But look, he's looking away from the painting. This is why you hug the painting, but... Is Painter gonna hug the painting now? Yeah, you gotta be careful about that, though. I don't think I remember that part, but I should have left. I'm not gonna lie. I should have left, but... Oh, you know what? Oh, I remember why I didn't leave. Because the Cypher popped. Since the Cypher popped... Man, he looked right at hospital when he did that teleport, as if he knew I'm there, and he just teleported anyway. Because when we did the pop, I'm expecting him to go after me. The moment he went after Mind's Eye is the moment I should have realized. Oh, but here's the thing. I think I know why. Because there's tall walls in the way. I just didn't want to take the chance. I just didn't want to take the risk. I'm dead on chair. I didn't want to take the risk. That's why I stood by that painting. Even though it's so easy to say now that we're watching the replay, and it's so easy to look. Really good job from Tito there. It's so easy to see now in hindsight that, like, oh, he's chasing the Mind's Eye. But in the moment when I'm behind all those tall walls, I can't really know. Maybe there was a way. I feel like Feaster's slightly taller than those walls. I feel like you could slightly see the top of his hood. I remember, like, you can see certain hunters over tall walls, and Feaster's one of them, so. I feel like we could have. I guess we should have looked at my perspective. Ah, well. Any more exciting games? The mercenary games, I don't know. It's like, can I ask you watch one video and say if this player is a hacker? Yeah, sure. Send me the video. I mean, if it's a here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. You have to be careful with replays. I've had people before call me a hacker because of a puppet glitch before in the game. No one in the game that happened was calling me a hacker, but apparently someone was watching the match live, and on the live version of the match, something entirely different was going on. And so it looked like I glitched one of the puppets. I don't even remember the glitch anymore. Maybe like I walked through a puppet or maybe something like that, but people were saying like I hacked the game and something like that, but everyone in the game no one said anything about it because that's not what happened in the game. So I would be careful if it's a live game. It's always going to be reliable. I've never seen a non-live match not be reliable, not be like equal of what it's supposed to happen. It's pretty obvious to tell if someone's hacking at that moment, but like with spectate, glitches happen, and I've had it happen to me before, even live matches. I mean, that's how it happened. 4 escape. I'm trying to find these 4 escapes because maybe we want a 3 escape game because maybe it was looking like a tie and then I did a dungeon escape. Those are way better. I've never really seen hackers in the game. I've seen hackers a while back, I guess, but not recently. This was the old Nightwatch. This was before Nightwatch got nerfed. It's kind of hard to tell if this is the pre-nerf or post-nerf Nightwatch. The only thing they really nerfed about Nightwatch is they nerfed the size of the 1,000 presence win. They made it so that the 0 presence win... Oh shoot, we're playing with Ellie? I'm playing with Ellie. It's kind of hard to tell. It's kind of hard to tell with pre-nerf or post-nerf Nightwatch. The only thing we can really not even confidently, but just tell better is the dashes. I'm pretty sure the dashes are shorter. They never really confirmed it. I don't think the devs ever confirmed. Look at that beautiful routing from Ellie. They're blocking the whole wind, faulting that window there, I believe, to get a speed buff. But I wouldn't have done that if I was him. I would have not gone this way because this window doesn't do anything. He can easily, not only can he easily jump around the pop, he could just go through the doorway. But on top of it, this is Nightwatch. He could jump through the window. It's actually faster than going through it. So what I would have done is when I vault that window, I always go through this door and I turn left right here. Right here. Literally what Ellie's about to do right here. This is what he should have done on the vault. But I guess he thought he wouldn't make it because of the wind, but the wind was just about to run out. He's going up the stairs in this case, but what I mean is that I would go around there. I would use that window and I would vault around again. Especially because the Hunter's not vaulting it, so I know confined space is not going to be an issue. So it's hard to tell from Nightwatch's perspective. Is the 1,000 presence really bigger? It's hard to tell. I mean, right off the bat, this is not looking like a winning game. This is not looking like a winning game, but we did end up winning this match, so these are always the fun matches. These are... Oh, no. Why did I save this match? I guess I couldn't have known in the moment, right? I guess I couldn't have known in the moment. Something else surely happened in this game. Because survivors struggle out all the time. Well, not all the time, but every once in a while. But I don't save matches where survivors struggle out. Something else must have happened. No, now we're in a winning position. Look at this. Now we're at 19%. The other Cypher just got started. I know Entomologist isn't pinging it, but I just saw her start it. And Psyche is going to go in for a half health, 45% rescue here. Clean elbow pad. Kind of missed it a bit. Again, if we don't see the whole dash, it's kind of hard to tell. I can't really tell if this is post-nerf or pre-nerf Nightwatch. Again, they nerfed 3 things about him. They nerfed his 0 presence win to not pull as much. They made his 1,000 presence win. They made this one have a smaller range. And then they made the dashes dashless, but I was never sure about that one. All I knew for sure was that they increased the mobility of the dash, but I feel like the dash is way shorter too. But maybe I'm crazy, but ever since I started playing Nightwatch after the nerf, it felt like it, even though the patch notes didn't say anything about it. It's so weird. That's always confusing me. We're stalling time here because the Cypher's not ready, so I have to stall using this bow. I like to use this bow a lot to stall. It's actually really nice. I guess I shouldn't have let go there, but I'm really scared of Blink. Am I gonna mess this up? Are we gonna get terror shocked here? We're not. Whew. No, look at that mobility. Old Dash did not have that mobility. Okay, so this is definitely post-nerf Nightwatch. What happened this match? Why did I save it though? Are we gonna get like a... Oh, it's not looking so clear anymore. Oh no, is Psyche at the gate? Oh, I'm at the gate. Ooh, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Again, I don't really know why he saved these matches.
Maybe for like a Night Watch rescue guide. Maybe. Was there anything that special? Specifically in relation to Night Watch? Not really. I would have passed any hunter there. Night Watch didn't make any difference there. When I did those Opats past the hunter to the chair, those you're supposed to do that against every hunter. I guess the lesson there would be you want to do it before you get hit. Because some hunters you can do it after the hit. And then Opat. But in that situation, you don't want to do that. Okay, I guess there's something to learn from that. Why would I save a photograph for a match? I'm looking for those dungeon escape mercenary matches. I don't really save them though. I don't really save my games as mercenary that save the match. It happens a lot with mercenary where I get a dungeon escape or a gate escape in a game where we would have tied or lost. Oh man, this guy's lagging too. Oh my god. Okay, well already this replay is kind of in the dumpster. Is he really gonna chase me? Kind of a weird route from me, I'm not gonna lie. I guess because here's the thing, if I knew... Oh, I know I saved it now! I know I saved it! I'm not gonna spoil it, but I know I saved it. I'm really glad we're watching back these replays because I was gonna do a video on this and I was gonna make brand new footage for this. I'm glad it happened in a real game. Oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. A lot of people don't know about this. A lot of people don't know that you can do this. That you actually... I played it safe there. I just wanted to play it safe there. Look at this. Even with the dash. Even with the... Oh no, with the dash I have to use my elbow pad. I remember. Yeah. Yeah, so a lot... I'm gonna make a video about this. And I even told Ellie that my next video... Beautiful pallet drop, by the way. I was telling Ellie the next video I want to make is because I need to get back on making videos and I want to do videos consistently again, and I realized I don't have to do big project videos. Like I'm overthinking the videos. Oh, I escaped that? How did I escape that? Like I feel like I'm overthinking the videos a little bit because I'm always seeing about like big project videos like Arms Factory Guide, Kiting Guide, or Rescue Guide. Or like whole character guys. Those are really big projects and they take a lot of work and it really drains a person. So I've been trying to think about, is there other ways? Because here's the thing, YouTubers, every YouTuber gives like, what's the word for it? What's the word for the? It's like filler content. Yeah, filler content where it's still nice to watch, but it requires a lot less work. So like, but in this context, it would still be really helpful. The ability, people don't know about this, but you can actually keep looping the slide when the hunter goes down the slide. The only way hunter can counter that is if they have an ability to counter it by like dashing down or like... Not a lot of hunters can do it honestly. Like Gamekeeper can I guess bait you. But Gamekeeper you anyway don't really want to be using slide against because if he baits you, he actually terror shocks you if he hooks you in time. Like after you reach the bottom. Trust me, you guys don't wanna experience it. It's never happened to me as Survivor. I've only done it as Hunter to other survivors, but you have to be really careful with the slide because if it's like Gamekeeper, this is really like an only Gamekeeper issue, but now that Gamekeeper's meta, it actually makes sense to mention this. Oh man, ever since that mercenary kite, he's been getting destroyed this match. Oh my god. So anyway, what was I saying? That slide thing. A lot of people don't know that, but you can actually keep looping. You can keep looping and looping and looping the slide over until they go down the stairs on the other side. And like a lot of hunters nowadays, I guess, have a counter to it. But some hunters, like I guess Wax Artist or Night Watch, they don't really have an answer to it. Like especially at 0 presence. I guess 1000 presence Night Watch, you could dash to and make it. You guys saw it there. Hold up, does he have... He has Insolence and Insolence is not charging. Oh, okay, so buffs do not make a difference for replays. There we go, we proved it for sure. Insolence is not increasing his presence anymore. It would have been full presence a long time ago. So he got... This Hunter Nightwatch got a hit on me early on. And then his Insolence made it so that now I can't just keep reusing the slide. He actually dashed to me and
it actually canceled. Hunter might just be giving up here. What are they? I'm not really sure what they're going for. Why isn't Small just not healing up either? It says that she's at 0 healing, but she pinged that she was at 26. Yeah, now she's at 60. So she was crawling earlier. I guess she's crawling to a pallet, seeing that he's not sharing her. This is an interesting strategy from the Hunter. I don't really know how good it is, especially now because the people we yielded are now just letting her get out of this crappy God Corner area, which was gonna be her death, because there was literally. Oh, this was a 5v5 match because it says Hunter victory. Okay, sorry, Hunter won. Let's go. Okay, but anyway. I'm not really sure why Sero ran back to this area. Did Sero think there were still pallets here? Kind of confusing considering that Sero was really just here healing somebody. And they chose to run back to this area. It's alright. It's just a 5v5 match. He surrenders. He has no trump card. He just used Blink. Even if he had trump card, there would be no hope. Yeah, that's definitely... I'm glad I look back. This is why I save the replays. Because I'm always like thinking... I knew I had a couple replays in here that were like, oh, this is going to be really good for a video. And I just forget that I have this replay there. And I end up making raw footage all over again. For that same thing that I already have a video for. I already have an example for, so... I mean, still, this is not going to be the whole video. The whole video is not going to be this match. Obviously, my videos are more in-depth than that. Show different examples. Show, like, which hunters you wouldn't want to do that against. Like Gamekeeper. The whole slide animation. Even when you're at the bottom and you're landing on your feet, that gets you Terror Shock still. At the very last frame, as you're getting back on your feet, that counts as a Terror Shock. So... against something like Gamekeeper, I would never use the slide. I would never even think about it. Because technically, even though Gamekeeper doesn't have anything to get down to the bottom of the slide, he could actually go back down the stairs and hook you because his hook is barely long enough to reach you. So you wouldn't want to do against something like Gamekeeper. Because you get Terror Shock, you get double hit instantly on the spot. Even if a hook doesn't do damage, Terror Shock still does damage though. So, like something like Ripper, if Ripper takes the stairs and he didn't hit you with the Foggy Blade, Ripper's scarier because you have to go down sooner down the slide. Because here's the thing, if you go down too early on the slide, the Hunter doesn't even take the slide anymore. And I'll explain more in the video why this works, like why is this works, that you can only kite with a slide, and if the Hunter never goes down the stairs, you can infinitely kite a slide. Like here's the thing. The problem with it is that like, a lot of hunters, you can't really loop the sliding into a lot of hunters, because even though most hunters don't have an easy way of getting back down the other side of the slide, like you can go up the stairs and then you could slide down, and then Geisha will dash down and hit you. Alright, she has an easy way of getting down. Most hunters don't though. I guess Violence. Violence, if you take the slide, you're getting hit in the middle of it, right? So you wouldn't want to take it against Violence. So. Like most hunters, they don't have an easy way of hitting you though at the bottom of the slide. I sent the link. Do you want me to? I know. Don't worry. I know. I wasn't gonna do it during the stream. Like Feaster, you wouldn't want to do against Feaster because he puts a tentacle at the end of it. But there are a couple hunters in the game. If you catch them at exactly the right time, maybe Feaster has no tentacles. Maybe Valorous is on his cooldown for the no. And so you can do that. You can afford to do that one time, and then maybe if you do it fast enough the second time, then you can do it a second time. And I'll take advantage of it. I'll do it. But doing that slide trick is kind of yikes, because most hunters will be able to catch up to you in time before you get back on the other side. It's not because they can. It's just because their ability to speed them up or get them to the other side. So something like Halumber, you'd be able to do it against Halumber. Something like Clown, you just have to be careful about... The thing about Clown is that if he goes up the stairs, you can't really turn around anymore because you're going to crash. But also you're not sure if he's going to go up the stairs at all, right? So you don't really want to take the slide. Gamekeeper, you would never be able to do it against Gamekeeper because the moment you go down... The moment you go down too early, he can actually go back down the stairs and Terror Shock you from all the way up the stairs with his hook. as you're in the sliding animation. And if you do it too late, then the hook auto aim will actually barely clip you as you're sliding down like halfway down the slide. So Gatekeeper is really bad for slide. There's like Spider is not that great. Spider's not that great because she could just web up and down. She's never going to take the slide because she's going to put webs between the staircase. So most hunters you can't really do it against, but like some some of them like Wu Chang, some of them like Photographer, some of them like Hell Ember, Mad Eyes. You can take advantage of it. You can take advantage of it because they don't have any way of going down the stairs easily or hitting you on your way around. Because like Spider, let's say Spider takes the stairs and you start going around, she could probably make it to you if she spams web fast enough. Although I don't think she could, but here's the thing, the webs would still be down on the way the other way, so it's not really viable. But you guys see what I'm saying, right? It's really hard to find a hunter where you have a situation of doing this in, but like Cleric, you could do it against Cleric. Imagine Cleric who doesn't know this, that if you take the slide, they can just do it against you. Something like Cleric would be a dream to do this against. Which is a meta hunter, you know. Nightwatch you can do it against. These hunters used to not exist when I first discovered this slide trick. But man, every time I get a chance to do the slide trick, I do it. And I'm like, and I love it when the hunter falls for it because the hunter, chances are the hunter doesn't know about it. If the hunter knew about it, they just would go down the stairs. They wouldn't go down the slide. And the whole reason that works is because, did you guys know? Hunters cannot slide down the slide while survivors are sliding down it. Meaning that as long as you slide down early enough and the hunter can't hit you in the middle of sliding, they have to wait for you to finish and then they can slide on. The problem is them having to wait on you means that you actually have just enough time to reach the stairs before they even finish their sliding animation. If they could start the sliding animation while you're doing it, this would not work at all. This would not work at all because then they just take the slide and you don't really gain any distance out of it. But because survivors prevent the hunter from taking the slide while they're using it, they actually gain time out of it. They might not gain distance because you both take it at the same speed, but you do gain time out of it, which is just delaying the hunter. You don't really gain anything. You don't lose anything. You just gain distance. You gain time. I mean, I guess if the hunter's super close to you and then you barely manage to make the slide, well, now they can't just walk back up to you. They can't take the slide. They have to wait for you. So if the hunter takes the slide, the whole reason you're able to walk back to the other side of the slide is because the hunter cannot take the slide. They just have to wait for you to finish, and then they can take the slide. And then because they have to wait, it gives you just the right amount of time so that while they're sliding down, you can go to the other side of the slide. So a little bit of a secret trick there. Okay, I said I was going to end the stream a long time ago, and then we started watching replays. I'm actually really happy that we watched these, though. I guess the one was pretty cool. The Percy game was pretty cool. I like that. That was pretty clean. The Percy Mercenary game. Especially because people think Mercenary is, so bad against Percy. Mercenary is amazing against Percy. Because Mercenary can bend his elbow pads and Percy cannot. Percy is stuck going in a straight line. So if you look really carefully, these elbow pads that I'm doing, we're curving these elbow pads. We're curving them around walls and making it so I'm sliding out the walls. The nice thing about elbow pads is that as long as you're not facing the wall directly, as long as you're going at an angle with the joystick, you actually slide off the wall. The wall doesn't stop your elbow pad. You slide off it, so you can actually keep your distance going with the elbow pad, even if it's into a wall. So I get 2 hours later talking about how to loop on a slide. I think it's really cool. I think it's really cool, and I think it's something most people don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if like top players who've been playing this game for multiple years didn't know that or didn't think about it. Because this is something you have to think about. This is not something you're ever gonna do. This is not something you're ever gonna do in a real match. Why would you use? What person would risk using slide again when the slide has a perfectly good power right in front of you? This goes for both slides away. We're talking about the slide at like the moonlit in front of 10, and we're talking about the slide that I was using in that replay. Why would anyone go backwards on the slide when they have a pallet in front of them, right? It's like a numbskull play to not use the power, right? Because the slide doesn't give you distance, right? Well, here's the thing you have to think about. You have to be like, wait a second, Hunter cannot use the slide if you're using the slide. Can you make it back up the other side? You have to literally test this. It's not something that like you can just randomly come across. I guess the only time you'd randomly come across is if the pallet in front of you is broken. So then you're forced to be like, okay, well maybe I have to use the slide again.
But here's the thing, most people don't think about it because they're like, oh, I won't be able to make the slide. Look how much distance I have to go back. I have to go towards the hunter. It's really scary, I'm not gonna lie. To do that slide trick is really scary. You have to literally walk into the hunter's direction as they're sliding down. But you just have to trust that the animation is what's gonna keep you alive. And that's the thing. That's what makes it such a cool trick, is that you have to think about it. A person has to literally sit down and think about it. This is not something you're gonna randomly bump into. It's not like something in the game where like, oh, I just randomly bumped into this route by playing the game. Now I'm going to use this route. Because you can honestly do that. It's obviously a lot more efficient if you think about what are the best routes against a hunter. But I guess you could trial and error and eventually you'll find a way if you try every combination in the game. Against like on the whole map, you try every single POW combination possible in a certain order. Every single combination. That's a lot of combinations. God. But eventually you'd find a working route out of it. With this one, you're never gonna randomly bump into taking slide twice. You have to actively and awareingly choose to go backwards. Literally go backwards into the hunter and trust that that you will have time to make it back up the slide and do it again and again and again. And you guys saw, even though he had win, I was still able to do it again and again. I actually wasn't sure. I don't think I was sure. I wanted to test it. It was a good test, but I was pretty sure that I would make it, because based on my experience, by the time they finish the animation, you're already at the stairs, and the stairs will protect us. The stairs will actually help us against Nightwatch, because then once we start going, it's kind of funny, because Nightwatch is like, he like barely slows you down a little bit, and then the moment you get on the stairs, the wind actually pushes you forward because you're running into the wind, which actually helps you, and then it lets you get to the top faster. So it's a nice little interaction with Nightwatch. Anyway, I'm going to end the stream for real now, guys. My throat hurts. I'm going to end now. My hair is a mess. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later. Take care. This has been Psyche. Peace out, everybody. Oh. Alright. You know what? Maybe that was a short intro. Maybe that was a short intro. Right, if you guys enjoyed this stream, check out, once again, my other streams. Monday, Thursday, 20 to 22 EST. Also, I have a Discord. And yeah, make sure to check out my other guides, my other videos, my other streams. There's a stream playlist down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys later for real now. Take care. This has been Psyche. Peace out, everybody.